The RM of Rosedale is located to the north and west of Neepawa, stretching west to Franklin and north to Kelwood. The total land area is 865 square kilometers, divided into 6 wards, each with its own member of council.
Earl Burton. Seconder. Robert Scott. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the regular council meeting agenda of March 14th, 2025 be adopted into, be approved as presented. Do I have a mover? You're welcome. Seconder? Sure. All in favor? Carried. And be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting held February 14th, 2025 be adopted into Kirkwood. Do I have a mover?
I'll move.
Thanks, Rob.
I'll second it.
Turner. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that council agrees to adopt the February 2025 financial statement. Mover Earl Burton. Seconder.
Sure, I'll second it.
All in favor? Be it resolved that council approves the accounts for the month and the amounts as follows. February 2025, $78,396.51. General. Water, $3,160.37. Mover.
Sure.
Dave Tedder, seconder, Ernie Sure. All in favor?
Can I ask a question?
Oh, sorry.
One question about tax service. For $5,004.30. I just wanted to make sure on that one. I believe that is all cost recovery.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. All in favor? Morning, Scott.
Morning.
I think we have to wait until 10 after, so we'll go to correspondence next.
Okay.
Just for a lot of people, if they want to join.
Whereas correspondence was received from them.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the next one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's correspondence.
Should be an all.
Because we have to wait till 10 after 10.
All right, 10.
For
Correspondence, sorry.
anybody else that wants to join us.
So this is the NECI scholarship. So this is for $500 again. I imagine we're all staying in the.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Whereas correspondence was received from Newport Area Collegiate Institute, ACI, related to the Rosedale Centennial Scholarship, whereas the RM of Rosedale have previously provided support to help graduating students further their education, therefore be it resolved that the council agrees to provide a scholarship in the amount of $500 in the name of the Rosedale Central Scholarship. Do I have a mover? Robert Scott. Seconder, Ernie Sure. All in favor? Carried. Whereas correspondence was received, sponsorship agent for the grant application. A history book is being produced. Side with the Huns Valley 140 Heritage Event Plan. So this is, they just want a letter of support. They're going, I don't know if you guys all read that. Yeah, they just want a letter because it's coming up to about $80 for the book now. Books. Be it resolved that the council of the RM of Rosedale will provide. Agreed.
Yes.
Provide a letter of support to be named as a sponsor agent on grant application forms. Do I have a mover? All of it. Dave Tutter. Seconder? Robert. All in favor? Carried. Whereas correspondence has been received from Morning Breeze Health Care Inc. requesting sponsorship letter for the Rocky Mountain Inn. Are there any comments on this, or everybody good with the?
Just a letter of support, right?
Yeah.
I just had I had went back and forth with him, sorry, yesterday, because this request came in very late, and I just wanted to get it on the agenda, because his due dates are March 21st and March 31st,
Yeah.
and we won't have another council meeting before then. So I was asking him if he actually owns the property, the Riding Mountain Inn, and the information I received back was they have a conditional sale order.
This is the one right on the highway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it zoned for healthcare facility or is it just a blanket commercial industrial?
I would assume it's a commercial
Yeah, that's
industrial.
Yeah,
And he said they have a commercial purchase and sale agreement drawn up. So I don't think the transfer of ownership has occurred. We haven't received that notification. So I'm not sure if we provide the letter of support and then,
They have a pretty rigorous vetting process and they have a pretty good board at Beautiful Plains. Like, I know I personally would like to see something happen there. So
Yeah,
I stand to waive somebody doing something.
yeah, simple letter of support, just because it was nice, but nothing was so fun, you can
We're
load
not,
it,
we're
so.
not committing anyone in the election board.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that, we're just help out. It's been vacant a while.
Well, we always have trouble getting the grass cut there and cleaned up and
Yeah.
everything,
I
right?
think it's a great thing, great.
Yeah.
opportunity for the.
Sure, guys, you will.
Found information right there.
Let's swing and miss.
Therefore be it resolved that the council of the RM of Rosedale will provide a letter of support to be named as a sponsor agent for the grant application. Do I have a mover? Earl Bird.
I'll second that.
Dave Tedder seconds it. All in favor? Carried. All right. Okay, be it resolved that we do now adjourn this regular meeting of council at 10:12. And to hold a public hearing regarding the variation and conditional use application for Nelson and Arlene Almy. Do I have a mover? Robert Scott. Seconder, Earl Bird. All in favor? Carried.
There we go.
Scott.
Perfect. So the application for this variation conditional use is BC01-2025R. The current owners and applicants is Nelson and Arlene Almy. The variation that's being requested is to increase the allowable site area from the maximum of 10 acres to a proposed 17.5 acres within the AG agricultural general zone. And the conditional use would be to allow for the location of a single non-farm dwelling unit within the AG agricultural general zone. The current area affected is the southwest of 261515 west, 85155 road 88 north. And the reason we would be in support of it is to satisfy the subdivision requirements to sever a 17.5 acre parcel from the noted property. All public hearing notices have been circulated accordingly to the Planning Act. And we have heard no comments, concerns, or questions from neighboring property owners.
Perfect. That's great. Good. Any questions?
Pretty
So,
standard.
Pretty much straightforward.
It's pretty standard for a lot of the subdivisions in the rural areas, so.
Yeah. All right, good. Good. Perfect.
Simple, easy, and done.
Low stress.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you want to ask the question about the ready mounted in? What it's on?
During the hearing part, or
Well, we're not in council meeting.
We're not in
right now, so
council.
you guys
Did you
can-
want to ask Scott about that?
I hate to put you on the spot like this,
Go ahead.
but would there be an issue with zoning, or would a
Uh,
healthcare facility would have to have something?
Ooh, I'd have to check the zoning on that, but currently right now as the GD in the Riding Mountain, the hotel is permitted, but a healthcare facility, I can't give you the exact confirmation on that. I'd have to refer back to the zoning bylaw.
So heads up, somebody got gasket.
Sure, won't be the first time.
Okay, any other questions? All right, thanks.
Perfect, good. Thank you.
Scott, do you want some information on that?
Sure. Jeff might have something on it already, but if he doesn't, then I can take it to him.
I can.
Oh, yeah, I think he's in conversation with Jeff. He's the shop.
So they have
And
to find us.
we're trying to keep that different stabs away there, right? So there's, finding out where the problem is.
Sure. Yeah, he's one, for Jeff and myself.
Because the building's not there.
If there's any permitting responsible, Jeff would be the one to permit that as it'd be a part 3.
Okay, that we do now. During the public hearing.
Take care, have a good weekend.
Yeah, thanks, yeah.
Probably something with everybody, boil water and stuff. Just 7 issues though,
3 AM to renew our regular meeting. Do I have a mover?
so 7 divided by. It's a lot.
It is.
Seconder.
Sure.
Dave Tedder.
This is the 2 notifications for public.
All in favor?
Oh.
That we're having, we'll have to post.
That's, yeah, that's where there's public, notice for the water rates going, changing. So Melissa did it. She got, yeah, she got the problem.
Yep.
business.
This is just for information.
Yeah.
Okay, whereas the public hearing was held on Friday, March 14, 2025, to hear recitation for or against the proposal verification of conditions use required by the Nelson and Arlene Almy for the property located at Southwest 26-15-15 WPM, 85155 Road 88 North. Therefore be it resolved that the Council of RM of Rosedale provided the verification request to increase the maximum site area from the required 10 acres to approximately 17.5 acres within the agricultural general zone. Furthermore, be it resolved that the Council of the RM of Rosedale provide the conditional use request to allow for the location of the non-farming dwelling within the agricultural general zone. Do I have a mover?
Sure.
Earl Burton. Do I have a second? Robert Scott. All in favor? Carried.
I apologize.
Oh yeah?
Says the guy sitting in the quiet chair.
It's Newton Farm, okay. The proposed subdivision requested by S and C Newton Grain Farm Limited of Southeast 02-15-16 WPM was presented to council on Friday, March 14, 2025. Now there be it resolved that the council of the RM of Rosedale has received and provided this subdivision proposal proving that the council, the conditional use order to be obtained to allow for the farm non-dwelling site as necessary to ensure complete compliance with the zone bylaw. Number 2, the variance order to be obtained to reduce the regular front setback for the dwelling from the regular 150 feet to the proposed 51 feet 6 inches is necessary to ensure compliance with the zoning bylaw. Number 3, the variance order to be obtained to reduce the size of the yard setback from the most eastern shed from the required 50 feet to the proposed 39 feet as necessary to ensure compliance with the zone bylaw. Number 4, variance order be obtained to reduce the west side yard setback of the shelter located on quarter southeast 2-15-16 WPM to be reduced from the required 50 feet to the proposed 22 feet 3 inches as necessary to ensure compliance with the zone bylaw. Number 5, that the variance order be obtained to increase the allowable site area for proposed lot number 1 from 10 acres to 10.72 acres as necessary to ensure compliance with the zoning bylaw. Number 6, owner applicant enter into a development agreement with the RM of Rosedale. Do I have a mover? Arnold Scott. Seconder David Tutter?
Yeah.
All in favor? Carried. Dust control.
I see the rates are pretty much in compliance with some last year, very, very close. Which are good.
$5, $10, and $5 difference.
Yeah, distances, which is nice to see.
Agreed.
Where is that?
Here.
Oh, okay. So the suggested, so 155, 370, and 580. Whereas dust control service have been offered to the RM of Rosedale ratepayers in the past, therefore be it resolved that council does approve.
We're approving to offer this service again.
Approve to this service to be offered again in 2025. Therefore, be it resolved that the charges related to the service will be as follows: 100 feet,
155, 155.
155,
I get 370,
370,
and then 580.
580. Do I have a mover?
I'll second it.
Dave Tedder. All in favor?
See, you guys won't pave my road. Council.
And even being on council.
That's right, without any pavement.
I can reach out and ask them. Yeah, I can reach out and ask. I don't think so, because that's not the first time it happened. And I'm pretty sure we didn't get insurance last time. I think our deductible was too high probably, but I'll reach out.
Yeah, I just wondered.
I have to reach out on another issue anyways.
So the province gave us some more money for the provincial road graveling.
This is for the 10% application over and above the municipal agreement with the province.
First one is that.
The first one is 10%,
Oh.
Carl.
Yeah,
Remember
we're asking it, right?
Right.
To apply for that.
Yeah.
I need a council resolution to actually submit the documents to MIT to ask for the 10% in addition to
Oh,
the
I
current
see.
agreement. So that's what that one is for. I guess just asking if council is authorizing me to submit the paperwork required to request the additional 10% over and above the current
Current,
gravel road agreement.
yeah. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Worst thing they can say is no.
Yeah. Whereas the provincial province of Manitoba and the rural municipality of Rosedale currently have a gravel road agreement in place for maintenance and repairs of the gravel surface provincial roads. And whereas Manitoba Infrastructure has agreed to allow an eligibility municipalities to request a grant up to 10% of the annual value of the agreement for the improvements of the provincial roads in the their jurisdictions upon approval. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the council, the RM of Rural Municipality of Rosedale, request a grant of up to 10% of the annual value of the agreement to improve to the provincial roads within the municipality for the Manitoba Transport and Infrastructure. Any questions? No? Do we have a mover on that? Earl Gordon. Seconder? Are you sure? All in favor? Here. What's next here? Oh, 470 project plan.
Yeah, so this, I'm just gonna defer to Dave because we, I know there's been a lot of conversation about 471 and, I guess the road and the shape that it's in. So I'll just let Dave speak to
Since I've been
his
on council,
thoughts.
Route 471 has come up our meetings numerous times, I guess, put it that way, and current concerns from ratepayers, from council, all that big, not that you want to call it. So what I thought, since it's really 471 is PR road, it is not our road, municipal road. You'll agree to that. Our ratepayers some of my ratepayers may think it's our road, but it's not. And we're given a contract to maintain that road and the maintenance on it. And that's it, as far as for any rehabilitation, anything else, there's not enough funding there for that. So my proposal is to council that I would more than willingly like to advocate on behalf of the RM of Rosedale with the help of our public works foreman and Melissa to approach Pat Barnes to see if we can get some extra funding to do some rehabilitation in certain areas on 471 and make a plan for so much dollars per year going forward. And with council permission, I would start to advocate for that, and trying to come up with a plan, a strategic plan to make sure we get some improvements going forward. That road is used extensively, we know. A lot of it is for aggregate hauling as well. So it does get well traveled, we all know that. So if council is okay with it, I'd like to proceed with it with, like I say, the help from our CEO and Public Works Department. Any questions about that?
Well, nice to see a plan going forward, honestly, to get, because I mean, there's spot repair to need done, but I mean, we only get paid enough to maintain it, or barely paid enough to maintain it, to be honest, snow and grading.
Well, it's even getting tougher to grade that road. I mean, there's boulders already sticking out that high. And let's face it, that thing was built years ago. And now she's getting pounded out, she's widening out.
Yeah.
Everything's sinking. Yes, there's a lot of traffic that goes down that road. I mean, I work at Tobacco, I see gravel trucks every day, grain trucks.
If you took the gravel trucks off that road, we wouldn't have this situation.
No,
But it's gonna be there.
but it's not the whole road either.
No.
It's just a certain spots. So if they would jump on that, I'd be 100%.
And I guess what I'm looking from council is the feedback on what section is a priority, if we're gonna make a plan on it. You know, if we do, say, a quarter mile at a time, or whatever it may be. I guess, I don't know what Manitoba Infrastructure will give us, is available for funding, or what they're going to agree to. But I guess we don't know if we don't ask.
Right.
But if you go with the plan, they're more likely to.
Exactly, we go with a plan there and say, okay, this is what we have for an idea. What's your uptake on that?
And I think that's a good idea,
And
because that's what they were.
then we can bring it back to council and say, okay, well, it's gonna be negotiating tactics, if you wanna call it, back and forth, but I think we have to start with something. We either have to start with something, or we just, going forward, I don't wanna hear anymore.
No,
Come to a council meeting.
I hear a lot about it.
Yes, I know you do, Carly, you use that road more than anybody else does. And since I've been on council, I've actually been on that road more than the last 20 months, if you wanna call it, over the last 20 years.
Well, the meeting we had with the highways department folks was, they were willing to hear about the projects.
Yeah.
Like pick your worst spot and then they would work with us to get that patched up, and that was kind of the meeting we had with those 3 or 4 folks, so.
And that meeting we had with them, that was a year ago in January,
Yeah.
kind of prompted this
This, yeah,
idea to the council.
because I know at home in my own, the one I, the little project I'm gonna do too, and if you figure out the project plan, then the money is figured out, I mean, then they can say they'll pay this much or
Yeah.
whatever, so that's.
Well, we might use a cost share scenario, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I don't know where it's gonna go, but I need to know that if council's gonna support it, I will advocate for it.
I think that's a good idea.
The province has a critical minerals strategy, and some of the people in the critical minerals working group are trying to add aggregate to that list, because critical minerals are, you know, the cobalt and that kind of stuff and lithium that we have here. But as an economic development strategy, they're adding aggregate, because if you don't have aggregate, you can't build anything. And they're green lighting projects that has critical minerals in the title, as a matter of course. So one of the things that I think that should be pushed from here is, if you're going to start leveraging government dollars for private investment, you have to have infrastructure for the aggregate to run on. And if we destroy your infrastructure, it's a goal, right? You're
Yeah.
hooped.
And really, RM of Rosedale is very rich in aggregate.
And it's one of the only real economic, other than agriculture, of course, but it's one of the real economic engines that we have. And I just think, but we've said this a number of times, because he's gone, there's only one taxpayer. Manitoba has a $1.3 billion deficit this year. The feds have a 60 some billion dollar deficit. It's gonna get worse. Money is tight. Every government department in Manitoba has already spent all of their money for the year. Everybody's taking time off and vacation and whatnot right now. They're because nobody has the cash to pay out. There is a real money crunch. So how successful are you? Highway 75 is 80% of the province's activity, and it's a wreck. What leverage do we have here other than paying for it ourselves? Because if I was on the other side of that, like, if you're gonna lobby, I don't have a problem lobbying. But man, we don't, like, as Donald Trump would say, we don't have a lot of cards. There isn't any money.
No, I agree to that. Everybody knows we're all in financial desires, but that way, but maybe they also have a plan. Maybe it's not for this year, but maybe we can start the ball rolling for next year. And say, okay, well, we're willing to do project A, which may be cutting back a shoulder or sloping a shoulder or doing something above our road maintenance agreement. So that's our carrot, if you want to call it. But we don't know what they're gonna come back with. You could put up their hand and say, no, never gonna happen, then we're done. But you don't know until you ask, right?
Well, there's no harm in asking, because it's just an ask for now.
And I would strongly recommend that you approach it from an economic development standpoint. Is that how can we grow the GDP, not how can we maintain a road?
Right.
How do we grow the GDP by improving the road? Will it grow our local economy?
Yeah.
Because that's the next question, is if it doesn't grow the local economy, maybe it doesn't need to be done.
Well, the repair part would, if we can tender within our own, not workforce, but within our own, people that haul the gravel in our area, that would help our local economy for sure.
There's lots of pieces of the pies that you can put into this, I guess, but I guess if we get something to lobby for it, we won't know, right?
No. Well, I mean, deficits, they all have a plan to make that, and they want that road to be good because it is a PR road, so as good as we can make it. But asking is easy.
Yeah.
It's with a plan, asking with a plan, it's not just asking for the sake of asking.
It's basically yes or no.
Or work within.
Yeah.
If they say maybe in 2 years they'll have a better plan, but at least in 2 years, we'll know 471 section A will be better, that's the.
Because if you look at that 124-page book that they sent out of all the projects they're doing in the next 5 years, there's not a whole lot happening in this area.
No.
No.
But nobody's asked yet, maybe.
No, but it's, that's their strategic plan going forward. Things can change going forward, we don't know that, right?
So if you're welcome to the stress, Dave, I think it's a good idea, you go ahead. You would,
Just bring them to the table or what?
Well, Public Works is supposed to be a committee of the whole.
Yeah.
So if you're going to appoint somebody, like, just like you appointed appointed somebody with a resolution to deal with like a temporary public works foreman, it'd be the same kind of an idea, wouldn't it? Like people would just vote as to who they wanted as their rep, or if you wanted to appoint somebody, we would ratify it. I think that's how it would work. But what are the constraints? Because the CAO is supposed to be the one that does this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like who's lead? Like is the CAO giving up control of, or giving, not giving up control, that's too much. But does the CAO want to have somebody step in because of the time constraints and whatnot? That's,
From my perspective, it's just gathering information. So what is actually available out there for us to get to fix and rehab that road? Currently, we're under a maintenance and repair agreement. In my opinion, digging the road up and putting geo is not repairing, it's rehabbing. So repairing would be fixing potholes and those types of things, grading the road to slope, graveling, stuff like that. So it would be nice to have some assistance from both Public Works and somebody else to gather information and do communication and reach out and then bring back to council what the findings are, and then you guys can decide how you want to proceed.
And if this does work okay going forward, where there's some extra funding, we get rid of some of these targeted areas. We're also doing this for service to our ratepayers as well. Because our ratepayers, maybe we'll get less calls going forward because there's, you know, potholes or, as you say, there's boulders sticking up, all that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll get less conversations to our public work department, to our council members, and also to our administration staff where they're phoning in, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong. Maybe we can alleviate some of that too as well. That's the other benefit from it.
Well, if we devise a plan, we can let our ratepayers know that we're gonna do spot A, spot B as time allows, and
Well, and it also shows our ratepayers that we're invested into what we're trying to get done too.
I think that's a positive thing, just trying to leave them boulders under or
Yeah.
throw an extra load of gravel on it, because it's not gonna fix the
You can't take a hammer and push it back down, you can go down.
No, you ain't hurt them. I think the work is a good idea, gathering information, because measurement, we did that on our road at home there, you helped me measure that, Scott, just because that stuff's simple to do and it alleviates someone else's time to do other things.
It's just conversations to start with, there's no decision made, there's conversations to see what can be done. Or can't, or yes or no, they might just say, no, it's not. One phone call, one conversation, and it could be over with.
Because they were willing to meet, I mean, they were talking about that.
Oh, they did.
Over a year ago, so it's a simple thing, it's what they do.
They're open to ideas, suggestions, and dialogue.
I know there's gonna be cutbacks, so talking to Dallas there, he was saying that highway department's getting some cutbacks, and I know that part, so hey, whatever, you wanna throw a conversation in there and they're just gonna hang up on you or.
So yes, yeah, no, it could go positive for us, because there's a few problem spots that
This is
are bad.
costing us nothing to do this.
Yeah.
And then we can put it to bed.
And I think some of the work we can do here in Rosedale is cheaper than the big government can get it done in the process, because our guys are pretty local here and they look at the work, so it's.
471's been a headache ever since I got in council, so.
It's been good, and it will be an ongoing.
We used to do it, I know when I got into council, it was every Friday, it would get graded, it was 471 Friday, we called it.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, that road just keeps going like this.
You can't maintain it enough to bring it back to life.
No, then trucks get rolling and we always tried to see if we could get more teeth on there, just to try and shut these guys down when the road was soft, you know. We had nothing, we couldn't do anything. Earl was here with them.
Well, we
tried to put
were allowed to do that
both
now.
sides and
They've been allowed to do a step now, they're giving us something, we had to ask permission to do it, but we can close that road too, like all our own roads, it's in the bad season. No,
we won't do anything with it, it's on our road, it's theirs.
but see, that come out of a conversation, simple conversation with them too, that we were allowed to close the road as long as we let them know we're
We
gonna
had
do
to
it.
talk to them first.
Yeah, which is better than
Get
not.
the okay on it, and we really had to have, I can't remember what, a lot of pictures saying what the road looking like, so to be able to shut it down.
and I'll say that if it's a real problem, we're sitting on gas tax money, federal money that flows through to the municipality for rehabilitation.
But it's not our road.
It's not our road, that's the problem.
But it's our problem,
I'd rather.
and it's federal money. It's not our money. It's someone else's money
I'd
for,
rather do your road though.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
They'll
too.
take the bill, do our
stuff's coming up later, Jeff, we're not gonna hoard as much of it anymore. That's a couple of years of conversation. So you just keep
So
yourself.
hold on, man. It's a yes or no, guys.
No, I think it's a yes for me anyway, for, because I think we've gotta start
I
somewhere.
gotta ask.
Makes you ask like that.
And it's not like anything's gonna be done without it, it's just information coming back to the table.
Right, that's correct, exactly.
Hey, whereas the province of Manitoba and the rural municipality of Rosedale currently have a gravel road agreement in place for the maintenance and repairs of the gravel surface provided provincial road unit until March 31st, 2025. Whereas the provincial road 471 has incurred road damage due to trucks hauling and required rehabilitation in specific areas. Therefore, be it resolved that the council of the RM of appointing Councillor David Tedder and
Guess we'll put our CEO and all his work for him in there, Melissa, would that be
Yeah, sure.
Melissa,
our CEO, whatever?
Did you give
K, C.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you give Cam Pat Barnes' phone number? You should be in perfect conversation with him every day almost. I know. Robert talked to him last before.
It's in the office on board.
To communicate with Manitoba Infrastructure and Transfer is representing to understand what the funding can be required to repair the damaged road damage. Sorry. Do I have a mover? Mover. Seconder. And sure. All in favor? Carried. Alright,
Now it's a road call.
now it's the road. So I take it, we sign a new contract with this after March 31st?
Mm-hmm. We have to have it submitted prior to, I believe the email says. And it needs to be submitted prior, because it's in March 17th. Maybe that's another date for another item that I have on my list of to-dos.
It must be March 31st, because it's the resolution is April 1 to
Yeah.
March 31st of 2028.
We have to have it there March 26th.
Oh,
We
yes.
sign and return the copy by March 26th.
We better hurry and send it, Carl, because the mail's pretty slow.
10 days usually it's taking for mail, say to get from Winnipeg to us.
Isn't that crazy? Say 10.
10 days, yeah.
Whereas the province of Manitoba and the rural municipality of Rosedale currently have a gravel road agreement in place for the maintenance and repair of gravel surface for provincial roads until March 31st, 2025. And whereas the Manitoba Infrastructure has extended an offer to entertain into another 3-year duration starting from April 1st, 2025 to end March 31st, 2028. Be it resolved that we, the Council of the RM of the rural municipality of Rosedale, authorize or do not authorize the CEO and REIT to sign the new agreement. Will authorize.
Okay, so we're gonna commit to a 3-year agreement, and then we're gonna ask Dave and the CAO to negotiate a different one,
Just an additional one.
an additional one, because
Additional
we're
funding.
signing that we're happy with this for the next 3 years.
For the maintenance part.
Yeah, and repair. We're saying that we're signing an agreement for 3 years for maintenance and repair with the current rates. And then we're saying we want to negotiate.
We're negotiating for extra funding.
Outside of the agreement.
So I'll make sure that we're committing to this agreement.
Right. I see what you're saying, it just makes it sound like we're happy with the agreement, and then now we're coming back on.
We're asking for money for
I-
rehabilitation.
I know what you're saying.
A different word, I guess, that's, because repair is minor repair, like covering up them holes.
Right.
Yeah.
Carl's talking about rehabilitation is the word we're looking for.
You look at the history of RM Rosedale, the RM Rosedale has always did the maintaining of the PR roads
Within,
within the RM Rosedale.
I think it's, it's more, this is the original deal, and then what we're getting Dave and the group to do is additional. That's the way I see it. Because I've actually bumped this up a little too, right?
They're
Yeah, they did.
almost 20 grand.
Yeah.
And you're locked in, well, you can always get out of it with the, if you look at the terms and conditions, there is room to,
You can cancel the 90 days notice,
yeah,
and then they'll just tender it out.
yeah. But I think in all honesty, to our fairness to our ratepayers, and I think it says even better, Chancellor will do a better job than the province will do on a daily basis, or weekly basis, maintaining it, so. Well, and I think it would, if you also you get it tendered out to another provider, you may find out there's more calls, not less calls going forward,
Maybe
possibly,
and we have no say with what we do with the roof, or
Yeah.
what is done on the roof.
and we're taking the brunt of it.
Or to the point where they finally say they're not gonna do provincial roads anymore and hand it back to the RM.
It's low hanging fruit. It's a good way to save money on that.
Yeah.
Because we've gone through periods like that before where everything gets shunted down to the next level.
The low guy.
You want it, you pay for it.
Well, then with asking now, while we still have some chances to ask before that happens, is
Yeah.
the right way to go too.
Yeah, that may be a long way away for that to happen,
Yeah.
but let's get in front of it.
Yeah, if we get 10 projects finished on that road before.
We get one, we want.
That's right, yeah.
Well, it would be like, the way I look at it, it's just my thinking is that, if they did ever pull out of that, boy, that's a big bomb says on the RM of Rosedale, trying to fix that 471. Like, I mean, big.
Well, it's big to fix, but we also have control of it.
Also, yes, we have
shut down. a lot
Yeah,
of
you can
stuff
shut
going
down,
on.
you're right, yeah, you're
We
right.
get control back. Right now, we don't have
No,
full
that- you're
control.
right.
Well, you can narrow it up by half too, if you have
Yeah,
control,
we
which
just
is,
bring it all in and.
let's try not to do that just
But no, I
yet.
understand.
Yeah.
It would, you know, we get more
Yeah,
bang on it.
more bang.
If we got it back.
If we got it back.
But it still would be a big dollar to bring it back up to
Or-
a decent road, you know?
Yeah.
Scary.
My thoughts, I think we take the new contract as is right now. At least we're assured that money
I'll make that
or
motion.
something.
Carl.
We take the new contract and if Dave makes the call, they'll see we already signed the contract.
Yeah,
Well,
That's all we're gonna get.
I
You
can
know,
see
and
that.
what's the difference, you know, like,
Yeah.
we got the contract anyways. And we're there.
I think the people on the other end of the phone are, the conversations I've had with them in the past are very open-minded people.
Oh,
And willing to work with us, so.
should be.
Yeah.
I dealt with Pat Barnes on a few things along the highway and
Pretty good guy, I don't know.
You made a motion?
I made the motion, yeah.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay. Moving on. CCF, EF agreement. Oh, I never saw this one.
Is that the one you emailed out to us, Melissa?
Yeah, this is gas tax, so re-signing, they just sent me a new agreement this morning, cause the signing authority has changed from consumer relations to municipal relations. So I have the new one, I just didn't get a chance to attach it, but it's the same agreement, just different signing authority at the bottom. So the government won't release the CCBF funds to us until this agreement is signed.
That's right. Oh, now he wants you to stop.
Yeah, I want you to read that.
You made the motion, Jeff? There you go, there's your motion.
Robinson,
It was an odd, it was a motion.
The government of Canada signed the 2024 Canadian Community Building Fund, CCBF Administration Agreement, and whereas the RM of Rosedale is required to sign an agreement with the province in order to receive the funding, therefore be it resolved that we, the Council of the RM of Rosedale, authorized the CAO and the RU to sign the agreement. Do I have a mover? I had Jeff Henderson. Seconder, Eric
I like when the money comes in. That's my favorite part.
Stewart. All in favor?
What are these? They just go back with the.
Yeah.
Open. I just didn't know if I should send them back or if that's supposed to pass around.
No, that's,
The girls are probably waiting for it, so.
Hey.
so I'll have to wait for Renee to
Yeah.
come back, yeah.
So this is, the gravel tender is just for us to put out, right?
No, that's just information, because the results came back.
So
You wanna see them?
I got it here.
Okay.
Is that spread tender one?
This is crushing.
Crushing.
Oh, crushing. Ah. Sorry.
There's a new guy in the game, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Crushing ability, that's kinda cool to see actually.
Oh, that's new.
But yeah, I've never seen them do crushing before, the gravel and the whole stuff, but
The competition is very fierce.
yeah, it's good. No, 100% it's good.
They're all,
Alrighty. Wow. So they were the ones hauling all that rock, weren't they?
Russell Reagan. Yeah. Yeah, to Rivers River, around the city, yeah.
May I ask a generic question first?
Sure.
What is the process for when you send out the tender and the sealed bids come in? On a case like this, what's the process for opening them? It's you and the reeve that open them and send them? Is that
I
or-
just open them after the date, and then sometimes people email them to me, so if they're emailed to me, of course
they're open?
You know, back in the day when council before, we used to get them sealed and we'd open them here.
Is,
They'd come in an envelope, like, and we always had to open them when we were at the meeting.
we could do that if
Well, no,
that's
I'm just saying that's what it was before.
Like you just sent this out
last night.
last night, so it gives you as you reviewed it last night, it gives you the opportunity to give some thought process to it.
So no pricing, so this tender closed on the 7th, and no pricing is released until after that point. So the thought process is, when the prices come in, nobody else can change their bid, because nobody else knows what else anybody else bidded, right? Bidded is not a word.
Close enough, we
What
get it.
bid was submitted,
Yeah.
so then the bids were all submitted, and then compiled for you guys to review.
Because once the date's closed, nobody can change that anyway, once the date's closed.
The date's closed.
No, I was just kind of funny, I'd seen the price, I'm like, I remember that before, but I remember doing it at the table.
2025?
Yeah.
Or we're really rocking.
I'm another year old.
That's a good thing.
So this is 5,000, that's for moving from pit to pit.
Yeah,
Cool guys.
I think, on the bid, it said 2 times 2,500, so mobilization for him to go to one was 2,500, to go to the other was 2,500.
That was.
The Blue Star one.
Blue Star.
Everybody
Oh,
else is
right.
included there.
Included, yeah.
Moved from one to.
Yeah, I see it.
Their total is that dollar figure that's on the screen, and then the other ones are close.
Actually, it's That's really the competition, that's,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
that's the beauty of the tender system, for sure.
And all of them have committed that they can do it by the deadline?
EK said they would start, oh geez Louise, March 31st to May 31st would be their time frame. Blue Star was April 20th to May 31st, and then Russell and Ready Mix was April 22nd to May 15th on one, and then May 15th to May 31st on the other.
And I can't remember, we are putting, in the contract, you're putting penalties and stuff in if they go over.
I think it was right in the tender. It has to be in the tender document to go into the contract. Did I attach the tender or no?
Well, I can narrow it down to 2, and after that, it's tough. There's pros and cons.
Mm-hmm,
If you go by our policy and bylaw, it tells us one thing,
mm-hmm.
and there's a new player in the game. Is that a good thing? And,
Well,
Do you?
to me, I think we just take a vote.
well, that's the other word that was coming out.
That's, yeah.
The other word that was coming out of my mouth, and I guess, maybe they're gonna be on time more than the other one, I don't know,
Could be, yeah.
so, and it's not a lot of difference in money.
No,
No, no.
they're gonna be wanting to do a good job. They don't wanna be out there with a good name.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
not gonna be no half job, it's gonna be the full thing.
Well, we hope not anyways. We've had, history with the other contender and they've done well, so.
Penalties were not placed in the tender. So the information placed in the tender was completion of work expected as per tender and quoted amounts. Overages will not be accepted unless approved in writing by the RM.
I think which we did before, didn't we let Blue Star go over a little bit?
Yeah, they were the last time, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
I think
Like
so.
amount they crush
They
you,
didn't,
or time.
time, sorry. They didn't get started in time, and that's, should I say, a little concern, I guess, that was, because I remember that.
I think it was
That
a weather
same
thing for
phrase.
Blue Star the last time. We had it at that,
Mhm.
lots of wet weather.
Was
They couldn't really get at it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was gumming up the screens and that.
And didn't we get them to do more for us and more crushing too, because well, issues
Yeah.
we were having,
They were already set up, and then all of a sudden we had a
a thing,
rethought.
yeah.
Cause I think they did Eden first cause it was wet and they knew they could go through
Yeah,
Eden.
because it was sandy.
Then they thought it was gonna be dry up, but then it ended up being rain more and the wet weather. And Fisher was really starting to be hard on.
Yeah,
Quite a bit stickier up there.
Yeah. A lot extra.
a little more time.
So I guess leadway wasn't that way, we can't.
No,
stop
weather
nature,
can't,
no.
it's against us all the time.
Okay. Well,
I just wanted to say one quick thing.
go ahead.
Later. Because I had mentioned at the last council meeting about sending a letter to Jody Myro about supporting, like, removing interprovincial trade barriers.
I was in the office.
Yeah, but I had requested that Manitoba signed the New West Partnership back in 2006 to reduce interprovincial trade barriers. And then what I thought was interesting, and it kind of applies to this, that for councils, any contract that is for construction or services, anything over 75,000 for services, 10,000 for goods, 100,000 for construction, is supposed to fall within that new West trade agreement. And we're supposed to treat anybody from anywhere else, like other provinces, as if they were from here. And it's one of those things that just, like, the province signed on to it on our behalf, but most people don't realize that happened. And I just think it's an interesting thing. So if somebody from Alberta was to bid on this project, we're technically supposed to just accept them as an equal,
Oh, I see, yeah.
unless our policy states different.
Different, yeah. Okay. Whereas a request for proposal was advertised for gravel crushing for the RM of Rosedale. There be it resolved that the council of the RM of Rosedale accept the following proposed submit by.
Well, following the process, we have to go with the lowest one in my opinion, so it should be looser.
Are we following that?
Lowest one.
Well, that's our policy.
That's what the policy says about tender process, but
See, if you want to amend the policy, you have to table this, amend the policy, bring this back up. Or does the policy say that you don't have to accept it? Because I can't remember the details and I don't have it in front of me, I apologize.
The tender itself has verbiage in there that not necessarily the
Yeah.
least is going to
Go
be.
either which way.
So I can-
Policy to a charter.
Because it's the time is of the essence. And there's probably going to be delays.
Time is the essence. Well, E&K Cost Trust can be the one that's gonna be there first to get it done. Their dates are,
Well, they're right there. I mean,
I don't,
it's a tough one.
Yeah,
Basically,
I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, cause it's the local, it's the local guys too, which is kinda cool what we're gonna do, but you're talking about $10,000 difference, I mean, it's close, but it's still $10,000 difference.
even then, really $8,000.
No, sorry, yeah.
Well, the thing is, we probably spent $8,000 otherwise differently and not benefited either, so.
Can we continue talking? Or do we have to wait?
I think we should probably wait for.
okay.
Which one, guys?
Come to a decision or?
Jeff?
My comparison in my own mind is that once upon a time, we got a tender out for 4x4 posts from Glenella and from the Eagle area co-op. We went to Glenella to keep money in the, closer to local. And I have a strong preference for keeping money local. I think that we're removing a lot of money from the local economy when we could be keeping it there. And so that's where I want the lowest tender. Because it's 8,000? 8,000, yeah, it's $6,000 difference.
That's not helpful.
No, it's not. No, I mean, it's real money,
Yeah,
but like, I want to keep the money local. Yeah, because mainly because I'm worried about the timeline. I think the timeline, because we're not going to have an effective way to impose fines on somebody else. I should not say fines, late penalties.
Yeah.
well, the spill or some of that extra money will come
It's
back
hard
into
to
the
just put the squeeze on it, call it, put your finger down, more down pressure.
Yeah.
To get it done. Would that be reasonable? So you're going with the,
I'm going with the EK. That would be my preference.
That's what I say, keep it here.
I am agreeing with that.
I think with the discussion, I agree too, actually, because it is local money, so it's a local company, and that
Okay, it is.
a little difference will come back to us, I think,
Yeah.
as long as it's not against anything we're doing.
Well,
The timeline is my biggest concern.
It's right there at the timelines.
You can't afford to grab a tender, spreading if you don't have the material there.
Dude, goes to this by EK.
it's almost like a horse thing.
Hard horse, yeah.
The donut and filling.
Wait, now which one goes
The filling.
first?
At 387,000. Do I have a member? Jeff Henderson. Secondary, sure. All in favor? Carried.
Yeah, that's, like, see, that's competition is a good thing this year.
He's coming in aggressive, boy.
Yeah.
Not losing it this year.
Who's that?
So there.
Baker.
Oh,
I think this one's easier.
that was that last year.
No,
Just, it was splitting hairs again.
I wish I wasn't here for that.
Yeah, well,
That's what I guess.
that's hindsight, Larry, or Ernie, was, Larry, where'd that come from, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I was
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
meeting, so I didn't even get to see it, so.
It was the same as this, difference the last time, the
Yeah.
opposite way.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very competitive. I give, top marks to the 3 of the 4 for being that competitive.
So, Ward 6. What happens there?
In my opinion, the way this looks and the way I think it should go, the one person should get it all. And you're not moving different contractors in and out of pits.
And I'm okay with that as far as it goes.
We had
And
this
it's the same-
discussion last year too, though, a little bit, that maybe we should split it up to make sure that the roads are all done.
Baker gets them, I'll tell you that.
No, I get that.
I'll say that.
And there was no trouble last year as far as the
No.
timing goes, I thought. I mean, the weather was a little factor again, but not to the point where they didn't get it done.
They got it done in very good time.
You know, I agree. I didn't have an issue there. And I mean, it saves the moving around, messing around stuff for the sake of one word, you know, and the money's exactly the same, so it's not a penny one way it is.
You can tell that Rampo though last year was his first year getting into this gravel thing. The spreading, you can tell. Cause in my ward, he was spreading around corners. Like he'd turn the corner spreading and then splitting gravel like this on the corners.
There was a couple of occasions
He did that all in my ward. And I was like, holy geez, just keep going straight. You know, you gotta drive another mile and come back,
Yeah.
but, or close them gates somehow or another. Like,
So last year there was a discussion, you guys had decided, there was discussion that maybe that we should have split it up, and then I just, when we get gravel up north, the price is honored up there, so if we're ordering, say for Kelwood Dump, for example.
Yeah.
Then would that be the same situation?
Well, it'd be definitely a good question to ask, but because I mean, it was honored last year, as you said, because we got, even the project we did up there was the same hauling, they did that 109 they did was the same hauling fee. I mean, they won the tender first of all, and then they honored the same hauling fee with that, so it's, and then the clay they brought us, the landfill was the same.
I would think if there's one contract that gets the whole RM, he would probably honor that agreement.
And he did before,
Yeah.
he said, my
I
word
think he-
previously, he did that before, so,
I can't see him not.
I agree, yeah, so.
I know if we go with Baker this year, put in a whole works, next year it's gonna be a tight numbers next year. Because there's gonna be a couple guys that are really gonna be fighting for this.
True. Well, who benefits, we benefit.
Yeah, we
That's
would-
what I mean,
we would-
so it's gonna put them really in tight numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That benefits us.
It's
Cause he got it all last year, the other guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then this year, this guy went in and jumped.
Keeps friendly
Return
competition.
a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that maybe not a favor, but return same courtesy.
That's what I said. I have no complaints with Baker doing my work, cause he's on it and does it good.
Okay, whereas West Rose was advertised for the gravel loading and hauling and spreading of the RM of Rosedale municipality roads, therefore be it resolved, the council of the RM of Rosedale accept the following proposal submit for the 2025 year. Ward 1,
567.
567. And that's Todd.
All bad, you know, bad, that's
It's all gonna be all Todd.
Yeah.
We just spent a lot of money.
We did, yeah. It's crazy, you know, cause I remember we were crushing my first time in the council, it was like 200 and something. You're on gravel.
Kinda wish you could have community yards.
Excuse me.
465 is
It's funny, like way back, it was a lot.
567.
875.
875.
Be open 3/4 kids.
Okay. Do I have a mover?
Six right now. So Jeff,
Others.
I'll say. Oh, yeah, by then, yeah.
The first price
All in favor? Carried.
one, and the was 820.
Yeah.
With the same specs we got.
Oh, we should have the other one by gravel.
If you do the total number of yards and what number is on it.
Yes, yeah, even if you just come to sub it out.
Okay, weed inspector. Weed inspector. And what weed are we talking about?
Noxious.
Noxious.
Noxious. Yeah, that's the purple flowers inside the hood.
The Rocky Mountain Distillery.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Melissa, in your CEO report, you had the list of training costs and whatnot. And this is the overlap, right? Like this is mentioned in that spreadsheet?
The weed inspector?
Yeah.
This one particularly wasn't added. I had put a different seminar in there, but that one's not offered this year.
Oh,
So then I had reached out, because the next line on the agenda is training for our actual weed inspector. So the weed noxious, I can't remember the name of the act. I think it's in the resolution. So it requires us, we're supposed to actually appoint somebody by March 1st. So we should have done it in February. So next year we'll do it earlier. So we are to appoint somebody to be the weed supervisor according to that act on an annual basis. So I'd like to appoint Cam, and then the next line item on the agenda is I would like to send him to training for weed supervisors.
That's up at Russell, right?
Yeah.
We did the same thing last year with the Public Works Department of the day.
Yeah.
Kevin just went to a seminar that was just like, I think information on the act and what the act is and all that sort of stuff. This training will be more specific to weed supervisors. So I think there's 2 attachments. There's an email and then also, there's 2 emails I think, and then
Well, everybody's okay with Cam being the weed inspector?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we have to follow by the act anyways. There is no getting out of this one.
And the
Yeah.
new self-noxious weed inspector must be appointed as per the Noxious Weed Act. Therefore be resolved that the Public Works Foreman Cameron Martin be appointed as municipal weed inspector. Do I have a mover?
I'll move it.
And I'm sorry, I have to ask a question because I'm confused again. Did we not appoint somebody that was certified from Russell before?
I thought we had somebody come in and do our.
That's due to the spring.
they come in
That'll
spring.
do the spring.
They come in spring.
We didn't have an inspector, we had a guy come in and
Thank
spray.
you. That's my confusion. Thank you very much.
That's where I got mixed up there.
No, they came in and sprayed because we don't have the equipment, right?
Yep.
But we just need somebody to inspect the weed.
See what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think the training will help him with like identifying it,
Yeah.
understanding what weeds are noxious, all that sort of stuff. So then we can update the maps and then get things sprayed more thoroughly in the future.
Seconder,
I just went on that now.
Jeff Henderson.
You can't do both, Dave.
All in favor?
All in favor, Dave's carried.
And just a comment for Jeff, the spreadsheet that I included in the CAO report is an example of what I would like to do budgetary moving forward. So on an annual basis, we can kind of figure out what we're gonna do budget-wise for all of the employees and council, for example. And then we'd have a better understanding of where everybody's going and where the funds are going and all that
What
sort
it
of.
actually costs to do those things.
Yeah, for training, instead of just as training comes up, we do it. I would like to get it more organized, I guess. So that's an example of like support documents for the budget.
And as a note to the CAO, I think that money invested in staff training is never wasted. It's a great thing to do. And I appreciated the fact that you had it identified in that spreadsheet as like a training plan for the positions and the people. So
Now-
I for one is sorry.
Now we've been here for a year, I
Yeah.
kind of understand what training is available, what conferences are available, so it's easier. Last year it was a little bit less.
It's basically gives her a tool to manage staff and accordingly to whatever the staff's needs are. at her discretion.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if you guys, like, I include the resolutions in the meeting, so I don't know if you've seen the prices associated to that. But the email had outlined, the registration costs, and I don't think we're a member of MWSA, but I don't know how much membership costs. So if you're not a member, pricing is more expensive to register for courses.
Yes.
And then the way that I read the email on the accommodations, you pay for your accommodations plus all the meals are included except for one. So,
Yeah,
I don't know
included
which.
for the 3 nights, 4 days summer,
I think this one.
750.
So then we would pay like,
Wednesday to Friday breakfast from
That's
the menu,
reasonable.
lunch,
Good.
sorry.
Good.
Is this one or the last one?
supper Thursday.
It's the first one, I don't know. Geez,
They got your
we're
mind right off.
crazy here. So for Cam, we would pay $7.15 for single occupancy, but then he gets all of these meals included as well.
Right.
But he would be responsible for his lunch on Tuesday, cause I think he goes on Tuesday, then they have whatever session. And then once they.
And we cover his expenses though, don't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that's like an all-in cost, so then you don't have to worry about paying accommodation plus paying meals plus paying.
All
So it's
inclusive.
all that's.
I feel that is very reasonable.
You know what, the training is a good idea.
Compared to the AMM costs.
It's
No kidding.
I don't wanna appoint him and then give him no training on what we just appointed him to.
Yeah.
I think that's me,
I guess it's safe to assume he's going to take this training?
yes,
Okay.
I did,
He
generally.
I think he probably doesn't have a choice.
You must have said.
No, I asked him if he would be.
No, it's acceptable because it's,
Whereas the public works foreman has been appointed as a municipal weed inspector, whereas the MWSA will hold a 3.5-day spring seminar beneficial to the weed supervisor. Therefore be it resolved that the council of the RM of Rosedale approve, are we all in agreement for training? The foreman to attend the training session and reimburse applicant costs and associated. Furthermore, be it resolved, the registration fee of $310, accountable fee of $715, and other applicant's expense to the employee be reimbursed to the employee. One question, he would probably just take the RM truck, right?
It's up to you guys, I don't know if the guys would meet the Army
If it's
truck or not.
available, depending on what the
Yeah.
revealed.
We would just pay his mileage if he took his own.
Yeah, okay, well,
Either
that's
option.
Not a big,
it won't be any cost out of pocket,
Yeah.
so that's no question.
That'll
Yeah.
be, no, cause I'll pay his registration, I'll pay his accommodation
Yeah.
on, like the RM will pay that.
Okay,
and
do I have a
then
mover?
It would just be mileage.
Seconder, Jeff Anderson. All in favor? Carried.
So I have two resolutions for this, cause I don't know what you guys are gonna choose. So if you choose to go, we can, whoever wants to go, do whatever, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's
there
right.
sure isn't much they're offering this time around again.
Oh, it's getting, it's getting pathetic.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, it's getting pathetic.
Yeah, no,
I thought I was the only one taking that.
I was so disappointed to see it.
I read over this and I can tell you right now, I'm not attending.
Yeah, likewise.
Ditto.
It seemed to me that it was basically 2 press releases and a lunch. Like
It's a very expensive lunch.
Yeah.
Very expensive lunch.
Yeah. So-
and I would rather invest that equivalent money into staff training.
Oh,
Like, if we have money.
Yeah.
And some of these conventions, I think, going forward, this is just my opinion, when they're in the next one this fall will be in Brandon, maybe more beneficial to us being closer than farther.
I do plan on going to this one in the fall. I think.
Yeah, I think we should attend as a group this fall. This is my opinion.
But I also don't think that, I got really strongly opinionated that just because most people don't want to go, if a counselor, an individual counselor thinks it's worthwhile to network, they should be allowed to make that
Oh, yeah,
choice, right?
absolutely.
Like, because it's almost like a shaming thing at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't want that, I don't intend that.
Gosh, when I seen this here, right up here, I think that's probably the worst spring convention I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
Because usually the spring convention had more than the winter one.
When
More
we
going
went,
on. And this terrible.
when we went to Winnipeg that time, that was a pretty good spring one.
Yeah.
And even though we had to stay an extra night because it got stormed in, but I mean,
It was, yeah,
it was a lot of information, there was a lot of,
it was actually better than the winter one. It's, yeah.
Well, let's hope they blow our socks off this fall because it's,
Well, yeah, because I know the winter one, the first year I went, I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
You guys went in the spring and you thought it was.
Yeah, good, yeah.
I
Then this one is
one is-
just,
Yeah, not there.
I guess,
I don't know what they were thinking.
trying to speak on behalf of Ronnie and Robert,
I
but
think
I
that's
don't
what they'll
think,
say.
I don't think they want to know either, so.
I agree.
yeah, because, yeah.
Just to be fair, that,
And I had mentioned before about sending the foreman so that he can attend the trade show. So I still think that's a good idea.
I think when it's in Brandon, every
Yeah.
second year would be a great thing.
That's what our neighbors do.
Yeah.
All their guys.
Because if it's
They
in
go to
Brandon, you're
Brandon.
there,
I think
that's
that's
a
a
good
good
idea.
It's an hour and a half drive for us, or hour from here.
Basically, for him, from Eden to Brandon's 1 hour, you're there.
Yeah.
You can go and be back. You can do
Your
start,
your day is there,
Yeah.
every one day, whatever.
or part of your day is there.
Yeah.
Because I know I did talk to Matt there in Brandon, that one there. There was him and all his guys, he brought them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went there for the day, for the afternoon, and
yeah,
If it's in Brandon, I think all the operators should be there.
yeah.
you can see
So
the
give them
new,
the
and
opportunity to
check
go
out
in
the
and-
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the opportunity, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not mandated, it's
Yeah, if
an
you want
option,
to,
right?
yeah.
I thought the full one was in Winnipeg also.
Oh, is it?
Not this one, it'll be in Brandon.
They switch
They
back
all
and
They
forth.
switch every,
They alternate, yeah.
Back and forth, yeah.
last fall it was in Winnipeg.
I'm sure I looked at that.
Because it's been 2 years. 2 years ago we were in Brandon, right? And then so we skipped the Winnipeg one last fall, and now should be back in Brandon. the
Should
fall.
be back in Brandon this fall.
Yeah, because Brandon was the spring one last year.
Right, that's
Yeah.
right.
We went to the spring one, remember? Brandon.
But shouldn't they have the spring and fall both in the same location?
No.
Okay.
They changed that. They used to, then they changed that because spring was one place, fall was the next, and then they swapped it. Spring here, fall here.
It's in Winnipeg again. November 25th, 2025 is in Winnipeg as
Oh, is
well.
it? Well, they went back to that old way again?
And then spring is in Brandon, April 21st, 2026.
So how come we got two back-to-backs in Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see what
I
went.
guess we'll see.
Well, then book us rooms in Winnipeg.
It's 1 year in Winnipeg, 1 year in Brandon, according to their website. So the spring and fall next 2026 is both in Brandon.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, should have been two.
So
So it's
it's-
all in the same year.
When you're the same city.
It was Winnipeg last fall.
Unless there was
Yeah, it was.
maybe there was a
Yeah,
political
it was.
reason for some of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, you're right, it was.
Yeah, it
in
was.
Winnipeg last
For
fall.
fact it was.
So they're
So
going
they
back to
obviously
back.
changed
Yeah.
something now.
That's 3 conventions in a
From
row.
Winnipeg, yeah.
Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Well, years and years ago, they wanted to put it all in the city. What-
Yeah, they all
Brandon,
talked
Brandon, they
about
fought
that.
hard, local councils fought hard to get it switched back and forth to share the wealth between two cities, but it was one time always Winnipeg, like 50 years ago.
Well, it maybe depends on the venue and the dating too. Maybe the venue's not available.
It could be.
Speculation.
Yeah, okay, whereas the Association of Manitoba Municipalities will hold their annual spring convention April 15th to 16th, 2025. Therefore, be it resolved that council declines to attend. Do I have a mover? Jeff Henderson. Second, sure. Earl Burton. All in favor? Carried.
That's just a training workshop if you guys want.
Burns. Burns.
Well, cough, but I kicked him.
Easy.
And workshop training.
Is that a webinar or is that an in-person?
I think it's an in-person because it's during the conference. It's the day prior to the conference.
Well, this is in the city also.
Yeah.
We're a big city.
I think we know how to fight well enough. We don't need a conference.
This
Oh,
is
resolution.
how-
You missed the whole thing. It's not about the kung fu fighting part, it's about the end result.
You can teach that.
Well, I would have said a year ago, this was, maybe more important than it is now, because we are resolving those,
We're working on it.
working forward.
It's not perfect, Earl.
Oh, but not you guys in the southern boards.
I said Earl.
Well, that was my evil twin.
Okay, whereas the Association of the Manitoba Municipalities will hold a educational workshop, turning attentions into teamwork, conflict resolutions for council. There, you.
So you can just cut whatever you guys choose. Just cross out whatever you want there. I just didn't want to miss that.
We're so glad you saved all this paper here.
Well, the girls have to
Pennies.
cut those, so it's a pain. We print them and then we cut them in half and then we load them in the printer. They become.
Mine is just full-size paper.
These are pretty.
I don't know, this is what we always have done.
Okay,
There used to be notepads and I think they used to write them out by hand. The meeting would take 100 years.
We could just read the ones on the website.
Read the ones.
We don't even need paper.
No, but I don't think I'm fast enough to, so I need the paper sometimes to go back.
So you're the holdup.
I'm the holdup, yeah.
so for be it resolved that the council authorize the CEO to oversee the following councils.
Did she pick some already?
Sharon Sherry, Robert Scott, Jeff Anderson, Ron Koscheck, Theodore, Earl Bergman, Carl Simpson.
Or,
Or the council of the Glen Attendants. That's our other option, right?
Or therefore be resolved that the council declines to attend.
I'll vote for that one.
I concur. Oh, well, it's a terrible thing, just it's homework.
And it's keeping the money local. Yeah.
Yeah.
this is just for easiness, so it's really not for you could just.
Oh,
Well, I thought you were gonna pick ones to send.
No, that's, if you guys all wanted to go, then all your names are there. If one of you wanted to go, we can just circle your name across everybody else.
Sounds like a big picture.
I know, I just thought she was picking on somebody.
No.
I didn't want it to be.
okay, I need a mover. Hold it. Go to her. Seconder.
I'll say.
All in favor? Carried.
Oh, wait, I think I'm out of order.
April 14th, reviews the CO meeting.
That's how the convention, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the
That's-
same.
That's before, just before, right? The day before, see?
Yeah.
In case you get a 2-hour meeting.
Oh, no, we're missing a resolution.
Is there,
Webinar thing you do, or
Yeah.
virtual?
or is it really good that it should be attended?
The last time it wasn't that great.
They
I
said-
didn't think anyways.
See, us low PMs are not allowed to go to those, so we don't know how fun it is.
That's right.
Yeah, well, you wanted to stick your, write a thing on there and stick it on the wall and walk to it and then see everybody's comment. Yeah, no, it wasn't, so. I didn't get nothing out of it. I forget even who the speaker was.
That was unmemorable, that.
No, it was just, it
Yeah.
wasn't Santa Claus apparently, so.
Well, then,
So we're saying, because I'm handwriting this one, we're saying do not?
yeah,
Carl was looking for some support that it wasn't good the last time, so that he could tell us that it wasn't good and he didn't want to go. But you were ignoring him.
The only concern I'll voice is that we're turning ourselves into a hermit kingdom where we don't have.
The networking part of that,
I would
yeah.
think we're probably not the only RM. Probably multiple ones because of the displeasure with what's going on, I guess.
Well, and the cost of increasing that, so if you're getting, I mean, whatever it is.
Material coming,
Yeah.
material coming back out.
at the Reeves and Mayor's meeting. it's a consensus right across that the AMM is stepping to the plate.
Oh, really? Okay. Did you do some of your mayor's meetings outside of that too, right? You go to other ones? So the networking part is still there locally, say that's,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's where we all get together from all,
Right.
and then they have a representative from the AMM there.
Oh, comes to you instead? A good idea.
Well, it's one of the people that sit in council.
Okay.
That's,
Actually, representative came here for that one meeting. There was
Oh,
that
right.
gentleman from,
Yeah.
Trolley, right?
Yeah, Murph.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I apologize for my convention.
It's funny because for the first 6 or 7 years I was in council, I never knew what it cost. We never got the cost. We just went to convention where if you didn't want to go, you didn't go. There was no cost.
Sure, yeah.
We didn't have.
Well,
It's
it's
just
good to-
always budgeted.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, one year, Carol cut it out on the budget. Like with the. You know, he's become like, we ain't going to that.
Oh, it
It's
was
very expensive.
but when you started too,
Yes,
it depends on the cost at the time too. If the rooms were $100 or less at the time you started probably versus what they paid.
Oh, no, they were
In the last 5 years, huge stuff. Meals.
expensive.
Yeah.
Winnipeg's always expensive. The Granton's a little better. Winnipeg's always.
No, that's good, if you get good information
Right.
back, then it's worth the dollar figure, but if you don't get any information, you spend money on it.
No, agreed.
That
Yeah.
was another thing though, like when I went to convention, my very first year in, went to convention and holy geez, there was seminar, breakout sessions like all day long. They started in the morning and if you was one breakout session you figured you didn't benefit from, well then that's when you went to the trade show. But holy man, all day long there was just steady.
Yeah.
But now they got like 2. What do you get at? Nothing.
Oh, exactly.
It changed a lot.
So whereas the Association of Manitoba Municipalities are meeting with the mayors, Reeves, and CEO on April 14, 2025, do not, therefore, it be resolved that council do not authorize the CAO to register the CO for the meeting. Excuse me, may I have a member, please? Second. Jeff Mills. All in favor? Carried.
Well, back.
I didn't even notice it.
Snuck it with me.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, next, May 9th, Leadership Summit.
So this one is put in by MMA for CAOs and administrative staff. It's a 1 day in Brandon. And I believe it's $275
275, that number.
is the number cost. So I'm just asking if I'm allowed to go.
Have you been to one before?
The training that I went to this past, the end of February was, the content was good. The networking was excellent, just talking to other CAOs about how they're running projects or how this is working in their RM or what have you. In my opinion, it's invaluable. The MMA supplies all the meals, so there's no, you go there, they provide breakfast, you have your session or training or meeting, they provide you with lunch, so then you have a chance to network again at that point in time. Then you finish your afternoon session and then you're on your way home. So in my opinion, MMA puts on good training sessions and good networking opportunities. And a 1 day I don't think is a waste of time. There's no hotel, there's no meals, there's just mileage to and from. And then of course the cost to register.
And the professional development points, like you have to earn a certain number every year to be.
Yes. To be in good standing, because I'm a member, just like you guys are a member of AMM, I'm a member of MMA. So then I have to do a certain number of PD credits per year to stay in good standing.
I support this.
My last question is it just for you or everybody?
I guess, I don't know. I guess everybody could maybe possibly.
Is there any any value to the other two goals? Actually, I don't try to mean that negatively, but it just seems like it'd be worthwhile for you, but.
Well, I've never been to it, so I would generally, my strategy is I would send one person to see if it's valuable, and then if I go and I think, okay, this is a good thing, then I would suggest, same as like, if I'm sending Cameron to training, I would send him to training to get the feedback to say, is this valuable to send operators to also? And then the next year we could send more folks.
Okay.
Okay, whereas the Manitoba Municipality Administration will be holding a leadership summit in Brandon, Manitoba on May 19th, 2025, therefore be it resolved that council authorizes
Yes.
the CAO to register for the leadership summit. Do I have a number date? Second.
Sure.
Over. All in favor? Carried. Capital and long-term project financial plan, reestablish equipment reserves, landfill and bridges.
That was me that put that on there.
Okay.
I seen that, I can tell.
Yeah.
I knew that.
JH at the end there.
Then I'll let you take that.
So, because we're supposed to start in October, November with this kind of stuff, but we're running behind. Because April, I think, is it April that is our deadline to have our financial plan, or May 15th?
May 15th.
Yeah. So we're kind of running out of time, because we have to have three hearings. But in approximately 6 years, we have to have $1.5 million set aside if we're going to purchase new graders. We have to start saving now, and the costs are going to go up on the gravel and all the maintenance costs are going up. We're looking at several $100,000 for Calvin, at least, that we have to start putting money away for. We're looking at, for the bridges, we have that financial plan there. Like, if we're gonna stick to it, like, it's another $100,000 a year here and there to do that kind of stuff. We still haven't decided on whether we're replacing the culverts and access things for people. We haven't like put a stamp on that yet. And so we have to start putting reserves aside for that. We're at the rebuilding stage of a lot of miles of road, and we're not budgeting for that. So my frame of reference is in 1994. I got that one resolution where the RM of Rosedale had so much money that they wrote away to the province for permission to use some of their cash surplus, the embarrassing amount of their cash surplus that they had for that year, and they purchased a grader for cash just to reduce their amount of their surplus that year. And so at that time they had fully stocked reserves. They had enough cash on hand to buy a grader, just cause. And now we've kind of depleted our reserves, and we have some real costs. Like Ontario is running out of landfill space in the next 10 years. The U.S. no longer wants to take their garbage. Manitoba is running out of landfill space. The U.S. won't take our garbage. Like, we have to deal with it, and it's going to cost real money, and we're not saving for it. So we have to start putting away $400,000, $500,000 a year for the next 5 years to get ahead again. But also, we're going to be into, I believe next month, we're going to be into our line of credit.
We're in it.
Oh, we're in it already? Sorry, I misunderstood that part. So we got to come up with $750,000 to get out of the line of credit. We got to come up with $1.5 million. Like, I'm adding all these numbers up in my head, and I'm getting big annual numbers for reserves. And we're not talking about it. So we've got 2 months to figure out how much we're going to raise taxes. Because these are huge decisions. And we're not dedicating the hour to 2 hours for each topic at each meeting. And I'm starting to get an ulcer.
I will throw this into here. We've got a year and a half left. How many of us are going to be running that term? We don't how many are actually gonna get voted in next term. So we maybe inherited a bit of a situation. I'm not saying we need to pass that situation on to the next administration, but let's look at what we can do in the very short time we have. As far as for equipment reserves, adding a little extra to that. As far as for getting new graders in the next 6 years, that's for the next 2 councils, out of this council, and the next council, and after that, it should be in the next 3rd council to worry about graders. That's the life expectancy of what we already have, in my mind. My biggest concern right now is our landfill, because I've gotten numerous reports, or concerned citizens, I guess, the ratepayers that have made comments about landfill. That I think was our main focus at this point in time. We need to do something with our landfills. Bridge infrastructure, I know I read that plan, Jeff went through it. There needs to be some work done on the bridge side of it to get them maintained, I guess, in better condition. So I think those are my 2 goals, I guess, for the next year and a half, to be honest. And never mind our day-to-day little projects that we want to do. Some of those have to be done too. We know there's some soft spots in the roads that need to be attended to. So I think, and those are going to be, all that's going to cost some money. And it's big money. The landfill one is not going to be cheap.
Well, we have one more cellular site left in Kelwood, right?
It's, yes, with the land available, then yes.
Yeah.
It keeps us within the parameters of the
Yeah.
exterior stuff. The only, landfill's an important thing, because honestly, I think we need to move forward with improving that area, but we also need to move forward with the way we handle the garbage that comes in. Because I think there's a better way to process that. Because there's stuff that comes in, I see clean cardboard, for example, and clean lumber in our landfill pile, which could be easily put into a cleanup pile. Or burnt, or cleanly burned in a pile, an area. I don't think we're processing that well. I use the landfill myself, of course, but it's not, whether it's on the attendant that works there or us, but some of that garbage shouldn't end up on the top of a landfill pile, just simply because, well, I don't want to pick through that, or like even one of the containers that come from our Eden landfill the other day was 1/3 lumber.
Oh, really?
And what's it doing in our land? They just dumped it there, so we need to get a little more diligent about who's standing at the gate and how much power that person's at, because we should have the right as a landfill owner, and our operator should have the right to turn that load back, because it's not every load that comes there, because it's household garbage, it belongs to our landfill. We need to be a little more, so if we build a brand new cell tomorrow, and that the cost is whatever the cost is, and if we just continue to do what we're doing presently at the landfill, it'll be a 5-minute blast. So I don't know what we need to do, but I agree, David, that landfill is important right now, because it's a problem we were thrown at. But we need to do, like I said, our attendant needs to do more, or be given more power to do more, whatever the case is there, because it's like that stuff shouldn't happen.
So that wood shouldn't have went in burn pile in Eden?
Well, that's a very good question, because it should never get into that container.
What's I mean, like it shouldn't have been in that container.
I never walked down to it, Robert, but from where I stood, it was probably somebody did a renovation, and there was like clean, it looked like interior wall lumber, like behind the drywall, like it wasn't, I know painted and those things sometimes are, nobody knows what to do with painted wood, but this was clean lumber, and it should have been sorted, as you just said. I mean, maybe if Eden at the start, if there's a little place to burn there safely and cleanly, it should be done there. And we're paying these people to truck that, don't forget.
I know, like when I go to the dump, I take my trailer, I got all kinds of stuff on it.
And yes, sorted as you go.
I'm there an hour, putting this here, that over here, that over here.
Yeah, and that's what we want our ratepayers to do, right? And it's on, the onus is on them to do that. I mean, and our landfill people to say, no, you can't put that there, sir. Or whatever the case may be. So I don't know what we need to do.
So was it at Kelwood or Eden?
No, this is Kelwood landfill. I haven't been at Eden landfill since we had that meeting there, but I know that stuff's coming. And those guys trucking, like I said, we pay them, I don't know if we pay them per trip or per ton, but that stuff should have never got to Kelwood. So we paid them to bring that container.
So they come from Eden?
Yeah, because they dump on the bottom side of our pile presently, and then our bulldozer guys put it back in, but it was just lumber. And it was the one load I saw, which maybe is the only load that ever come there like that, but I doubt it.
That's the only RM struggling with this situation, but we gotta figure out how to get ahead of it.
Yeah, and I don't,
And we're behind it now.
yeah, I don't think our, cautiously say, I don't think our attendants are doing enough. Because I mean, it's, I don't know how much power they have to say, no, sir, you can't dump that here, or not, but I think we need to do more training, if that's the right word to use, for them to say, you have the right to tell truck driver Bill, sorry, you can't bring that in here like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's-
Well, we did that with the whole
Oh, yeah,
No, you can't bring that. Send them home.
We still have a Burnside meeting, right?
Yes.
Clean burn.
Clean burn, yeah.
That is on the
It's all
training
good stuff
plan,
and that.
because Brad is a temporary employee. Oh, I guess we should talk about it.
no, it's fair enough, we, maybe we could do an in-camera session for a few seconds about that, but I mean, it's just I think the landfill is important, but I say we need to really tighten down. Building the cell is a mandate if we don't manage it.
And no, if you don't manage it right.
Going in there, so it's, it
Been colors.
won't take long, because it's, and because we're bringing
Is that something you can sit down with our landfill people and say, hey, you got the power to say, no?
Yeah, I would prefer not to discuss it.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, is that something you'd be able to do? Like,
So I guess our next round is trying to figure out how to make the landfill better somehow.
But my part on this one is, for this agenda item, is money. It's financial.
the money part,
And we have to, my strong position is we have to bite the bullet. I understand that we might not get reelected. I understand that some people might retire. But you can't pass the buck either.
No.
It would be nice to start a process of putting some reserve away, and I agree with the funding part, because it wasn't maybe done for us properly, but going forward, we want to do it for the next administration to some level. If we can.
It's because it's gonna be hard.
Maybe could we decide to perhaps have a meeting in the first week of April? And give me a chance to pull the budgetary numbers together, because we also have a $300,000 deficit to recover over the next 2 years. So then at least you guys could see the numbers. And then see what the levy's gonna make it look like in the next upcoming year. And then decide what CapEx projects you want to do, what the priorities are.
So just a meeting just on budgeting?
Just on budget.
Budgeting, yes, I agree.
Let's do April 1, that's a nice date.
Yeah, we're gonna be. I keep looking at the wrong calendar.
Somebody's on.
Oh, that's the wrong calendar. Well, that's the wrong calendar.
I will be gone March 31st then.
Well, that's a good day to have a meeting, and we can decide what we
Then
want.
we can decide, we can get a list together.
That's the wrong, yeah, because that's, we need to get you the dollars.
Yeah, another 4 times now.
Even if
Or
we
you
did it,
should do one.
if we tried to do it at the end of March, maybe? Which is right around the corner, but. And we don't have to decide immediately, like if we could do it.
And March.
End of March.
When's the first meeting for 11th?
And I,
And she's away that week.
The hospital.
It
it has to get added into there, our share of hospital.
I was told we are not getting a shirt.
There's, no, that was.
You never saw a bill, did you yet?
Well, North Cypress Langford apparently got their bill the other day,
Oh,
and Neequa got their bill the other day. So,
okay, well, I will reach out to Teresa.
So then that changed.
and the number that was told to me was 750,000.
Okay,
I never knew the number, I never heard anybody talk about it.
because we had reached out last year and gathered some information, and then we were told,
There wasn't gonna be one.
no, there wasn't gonna be one
And it
because
was
there was in-kind donations or something.
Yeah.
So in this case, it was a conversation at that rec center meeting 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm, okay, I'll reach out to them.
Because that's the meeting that was at the Legion when we first proposed hospital was the in-kind thing as well. That's what was supposed to happen. Apparently that's
It'll be
changed.
way better than 750,000.
Yeah, that's changed.
And you can finance that, but
I believe their budget is 3 times more than ours. North Cypress has a bigger.
Draw.
Okay, so,
I think, yeah, the extra week is to that next one.
yeah.
Pick a date. And it be with the,
And then for those items, I would encourage you guys to fill out the CapEx form for whatever you're wanting to add on. That'll be outside of reserves, of course, but if there's something that's a different priority that you're wanting, a road that needs to be built, whatever, then at least we can get that in the CapEx portion of the budget. So I have some already that have been submitted to me for repairing roads and like a estimated cost to repair those roads, and of course the fire truck we have on there as well. But if there's any additional items, if you can bring those forward, then I can include them.
So when you're thinking for a date? Or when can you have your ducks lined up?
Do you wanna do a Friday or a Thursday?
Nope.
I have a, doctor's appointment
I do
Wednesday
Monday.
morning. So I don't know if you wanted to do the 27th
I have my appointment, I do my
or 25.
24th? Mondays are never good.
Yeah,
It's not for the administration side of it. But you don't know what happens over the weekend, in my experience. 25?
25 works for me, I guess, as far as it moves. Not this one, or not this one, next one's easy.
At 9 o'clock thing?
Well, I haven't started the budget, so can we do it later?
Like we can go.
9:06.
9:06.
7.
How about 11?
Did you wanna go in April?
Okay.
So I think I got something on the 25th here and I didn't write it down.
I think you have a meeting for the rec center.
That's what it is.
Thanks, Jeff.
But if that's a fuzzy date though.
Yeah, that's fuzzy.
Great,
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
But that's in the evening, no? Or is it in
I
the-
assumed they,
Oh, evening, okay.
there's too many people involved. It's really hard to pick a time and a date that works because evenings are really busy for almost every other council.
Even if we did 10 a.m. on the 25th, that's fine. Because the mornings are kind of get away from you sometimes. I don't want to come at 9 when office opens at 8:30. Sometimes there's some things that we need to take care of before I jump into another meeting.
Sounds good.
25.
Happy with the 25th then?
Okay.
10 o'clock?
And we're talking March, right?
March.
To make sure.
Yeah.
You wanna call it a budget meeting?
Pre-budget.
Pre-budget, oh yeah, that's okay.
And
That's
we're gonna talk about the operating budget, the capital budget, and the 5-year capital plan.
See, that's gonna take us right through the 27th. We're just gonna stay right through, have pizza shipped in.
This is gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
Depends how many horses you want to put in front of cars here.
Well, as long as I get my fire truck.
You will have one that morning. I will bring you one, trust me. You know I will.
Remember that conflict
No.
group resolution, Steve?
I just resolved it. You're getting one.
Okay, council committee of 9 to 10 slot. To have that community talk.
Open cut,
Open dialogue.
okay.
You guys happy with it?
I think it's a great thing, guys.
Agreed, yeah.
So before the meetings come in at 9 and we talk till 10 and just open
Yeah.
other stuff that we want to talk about.
The request is that there are agenda items, and an agenda is provided for that meeting also.
Because a committee of the whole, like in our documents here, a committee of the whole is supposed to have
It's open to
the
the public.
CAO and open to the
It's
public.
open to the public. So if you guys want to do 9 to 10 or 9 to 11 or 10 to 12 or whatever you choose, and then the council meeting starts and decisions. It just gives you an opportunity to ask questions about whatever you want. But it's still required to be open to the public.
Because we could alter that too, we start at 9 and 10 and we leave a little more time before we do 9, 10:30 or something.
Well, the thing is, we started at 9, so if there's a topic comes up, so all of a sudden we need information gathered on water bottle, whatever, why they're plastic.
Yeah.
And Melissa can do the research on it before the meeting.
No, I like that idea.
Decision, right?
I like
Yeah.
that, it gives you a chance to,
Yeah. Administration staff to get, data for us if we need to, for the regular meeting, make a decision.
Yeah.
If there's something that's on the agenda that we want more information, then the gives us time to get that information.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is that correct, Melissa?
Mhm.
Think-
Yeah, no, I like that, I like the concept.
So are you guys choosing to do prior to the council meeting, or you would like to do a completely different day to have a committee of the whole?
I just like to do it before the meeting.
Let's do it prior to,
Prior
for
to,
now,
yeah.
because we did a special one for the budget, then we're going, as time goes on, maybe
Let's try it going forward, and we can always change or maybe
add a date.
add different things or change if we want to, right? So. Kid, when you're on making multiple trips to town.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanna break for lunch?
Yes, I do.
But that has to be a motion to make this committee.
I think you're right, yes.
Because that, the committee can't make motions. Or, so we have to, because we did that resolution that formed the
But
committee.
it's on our bylaws, is it not? Already, committee as a whole.
Well, we established all of the committees, but the only committee of the whole that we formed was Public Works. So the only thing we can talk about is Public Works.
The way I read it, I thought we already had a bylaw in place. It says it. There's your bylaw, and it's just committee as a whole.
Yeah, but you have to form it. Yeah, because we organized all our committees and appointed everybody to the committee.
So we have to pass a resolution just to say we're going to meet for this council as a whole from 9 to 10, is what you're suggesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's general discussion.
General, yeah.
Because the only committee of the whole that we organized 2 months ago was Public Works.
I'm not, I will have to follow up on that, Jeff, to see if
Yeah.
that's the case, because I think you guys can meet as a committee of the whole anytime you want.
That's the way I understand it.
You guys are,
We are it.
you are it. It doesn't, that's for a specific subject, so the finance committee is Robertson and Ron. Public Works is all, but if you guys are discussing any council items for the committee of the whole.
But
So you could meet at any time, like you guys can
It's-
have any sort of.
It's no different going for lunch and talking about lunchtime, same thing.
you're not supposed to, everything is, well, it is, Dave. Because
Yeah.
everything is supposed to be in front of that camera.
Yeah, but Lou said he didn't move for pancakes and have breakfast and already talked about
But-
stuff. Same thing, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. The committee of the whole would have an opening resolution, we'd open the meeting, we'd have an agenda, it would be open to the public, so if the banner wants to come and report, they can. The committee of the whole should be, it's open to the public.
So that would include you and our CEO as the,
There's just, the committee of the whole, there's no decision.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's no resolution, but there should still be an agenda.
Right.
Like, we should still have topics of conversation,
versus
Not-
just whatever.
yeah, not just gunslinging.
Well, when you come in, if you know the agenda's got 3 items on it, say that you know that's what you're head ready for that discussion, I think that's my thinking. So-
Yeah, so for example, Jeff would present whatever he got from the recreation committee, he would present that back to council, if it's just sharing information, there's no decision. If somebody went to watershed, they could share the information, or that kind of, that is the time where we would share all that information, is in that committee time slot, because there's no resolution to be made for that, it's just sharing information amongst council, and then the actual council meeting would be the decision meeting.
So anything arose out of theirs, or not.
So I will make a separate agenda for the committee of the whole, for you guys.
You will make it or we'll get to suggest it?
Well, you'll suggest it, you'll decide whatever you guys would like to speak about ahead of that, and then I think you can add extra items as well, because you're just having a conversation, but there should be some sort of guide on what you guys are gonna discuss. And then we would close that out in the open council, the actual official council decision-making meeting. Is that the lines you were thinking?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
The only slight contrary thing I'll say is that doing it on the day of the regular meeting is efficient. It's like one mileage claim for people that are coming in from Kelvin, for example, that sort of thing. But it's also keeps you on the 1 month interval between decisions and information.
Right.
So if it was on the 2-week offset, it would be more conducive to getting stuff done, but it would be more inefficient for people.
Yes, and the indemnity remains the same if you do.
Well, yeah, the hour is gonna be limited on some of the discussion we're gonna need to have, that's my only, but we gotta start somewhere, so
We're
let's start.
gonna try this
Start for an
first.
hour, if we need a second
We
warning
need
or something like
Need to tweak it, we can tweak it later.
let's start that, and see what we can do.
I don't think it really matters on the time though, because it's all open to the public anyways.
Mhm.
So if you're having a community, committee as a whole meeting from 9 till
Whatever.
12 if you want to. And then you start your council meeting at 1 and just go through your decisions, or if it only takes you an hour and a half, because everything is going to be open.
Just no decision making in that front.
Just no
decision making. Give you
So,
time to think about it.
Because sitting there talking about it and then we finally get into the resolution.
Yeah.
So I think the decision is to go for lunch, right, Robert?
That's what I heard.
I've been wondering why you've been sitting there.
Oh, did you resolute that?
No.
Jeez,
I
that far.
forgot them. This meeting is a little scrambly.
So you think that first thing one was on, you guys waited. These guys.
And I forgot extra. So I'll get you over lunch.
Okay, we now adopt for lunch at 12:06. Do you have a mover?
Yes.
Any second?
Sure. All in favor?
Everybody was, Robert doesn't want to go. You did it.
I had the wrong land description on there.
That's what it looks like, Robert. That's the one you guys supposed to map from.
Do you have a mover? Jeff seconds. All in favor? Carried.
But that doesn't even.
That's it.
There.
As long as I don't sit around and get a landlord through, landowners aren't saying it, it doesn't matter to me.
No.
I just wondered if it's coming to that long road and it was gonna be dumped on the road.
Well, actually, after that fellow was here the other week, I was enlightened lots about how the rain doesn't affect us very much.
Yeah,
It was very neat, actually.
I'd like to do a couple of that.
This. Alright, we're gonna count this one. Okay. I did it.
You did.
Okay, be it resolved that in accordance with the section 152, bracket 3 of Municipal Act Council of Rural Municipality of Rosedale do now move in camera to discuss legal and personal matters at this time, beginning 1:13. And further be it resolved that in accordance with section 83, bracket 1, bracket B, of the Municipal Act, any issues that are discussed are kept confidence until a discussion at a regular meeting of council. Robert Scott moves.
Sure.
Second, Earl Burton. All in favor? Carried. Land sale policy.
So I included all the information on the agenda that I had emailed out to you all. And step 1, I think we need to decide what property are we keeping. There should be a list of,
That's the last one.
yes.
Last one, land sale policy 1 right there.
No, sorry, no. Must be the number 3. There, yeah, number 3. I wonder what this was
Oh,
referencing to. That's, yeah, I'll let you know. That's where we could block out the green stuff and take over, for example.
So I tried to put notes on the side here so we know what's what, if I knew what it was. So of course we can't get rid of the shop or green hall or whatever. But I don't know if there are properties in Franklin or Kelwood or Riding Mountain that we also maybe want to hang on to. Like by the water treatment plant in Kelwood, if we own property around it, maybe we want to keep it for expansion, for
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, I understand the reference.
I'm not sure what council's thoughts is on that. because we do have people asking to buy properties. So we need to understand, based on the policy, it's not really clear to me how we sell things in the RM.
I guess technically we don't.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, a few hit and misses, that's the, because what has happened previous, we would get an offer on a piece of property, wherever, and then we had to tender said property to get, and then that person that made the original offer could very well own it and could very well lose it to a second, which is, I guess that's how the system works. But I think it's a little bit of a flawed system, because that person that made the offer obviously has a plan. And then they could lose it for $1 to someone else through the tender process. So, and it was, say it lay dormant for 5 years, why did all of a sudden now it becomes a public big deal? So I don't like that part of the process. But I mean, that's how we've been lucky so far. Most often the folks making the offer have received the property through the system, but it's spooky.
so there is a lot of property that we own. And there is some feedback on possibly updating this procedure. But because I think in process, I think step one is decide what do we want to actually sell, and then what prices do we want to sell it for.
I think if we're gonna sell it, we need to put a stipulation that they build within the next.
That was on our,
And
I
that's-
understand, we should have that for sure, that they build,
should one
you
year.
just buy it and sit on it.
I have a little sidebar to that comment too, the fact that like, I know in Keller, for example, if you have a lot, and it tends to be a small lot, I would like to see us put something in the policy where if there's an adjacent lot, they can buy it without building on it, is assuming, let's call it an original build, yes, they gotta build on it, or original buy, sorry, they have to build on it, but let's say they own a property and they wanna buy the lot next door as either an expansion or maybe put a garage on, they don't need to build a dwelling on it. I'd like to see that added to that, because I know some of the lots are small, you know what I mean, if you wanna just add a piece for your own garage or something, you have to add that piece, so I don't know if that's even doable.
It's,
Because it's to build on an empty lot, yes, a new B, let's call them.
it's one of those things though, that you have to watch which lots are decided to. Because we get another tiny lot decided, well then you're gonna sell that tiny lot to that guy, now you're stuck with this little wee tiny sliver of lot. So where you can get somebody to come in and buy both lots, or make one.
Yeah, I know there'd be a hair splitter there all the time, but it's just because, I mean, sometimes you wanna
You
spend
still
going
have
for
to decide. If there's
what.
nothing decided and this guy wants to buy that little slot.
But how do you put that in a resolution in a policy so you can make it work?
It needs to be one of those things that it's all.
Maybe
We did our
we
title, or our
could-
title agreement.
Could kind of phase it. So if we can first decide what ones we want to sell,
Okay.
then we can decide what prices we want to sell them. And we can put it up for sale, and then with still the policy that they have to build, and then see what happens.
Fair enough.
We gotta do it sooner than later, because there's people chomping at the bit and want to get stuff bought, so. It's,
So all, do we put a, all of Franklin then?
We're selling the whole town?
So we'll count
so there's one empty lot.
all those lots.
So we put the whole figure per lot then?
Well, my suggestion is that we do, like, remove the ones from the pool that we want to keep, and then I think we should just do $5,000 an acre, and whatever the acreage is, that's what the price is. So, offer the first tranche of sale, because then these things are, portioned out, right? They're probably, I think they're 0.5 acres.
Per lot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you'd end up with that kind of a price. That way it's fair across the board. And then people on the first tranche can say, I want that one. With market, if there's, maybe there's duplicates, maybe 3 people want one lot. And that's why I was saying that little write-up that I did, you could actually then have a draw of vote from those 3 people. You're all 3 of you are interested, does one of you want to back out? And just make it open and coherent. And then,
Parties, go ahead.
yeah. But I just thought that would get the first wave of people that want to build, because you put a build restriction on it. And then the second was nobody cared enough to buy these things at $5,000 an acre to build a house. So then let's just have an open auction sale, unreserved. Who wants them? And then it's, again, open. And then anything that doesn't sell at that one just goes back into the bank, and anybody that wants to come in one day and say, I want that lot, you just sell it to them. First come, first served. You walked in, you get walked out with your property.
Property owner.
I'm just saying we can use our existing
policy immediately to sell lots and then look at updating our policy to do because the original policy says council may set prices, so you guys can deem whatever price you like. And then, that would of course be done by resolution. Any land with a set price by resolution of council is not open to offers below that price, so then people can try to purchase it and then this would apply with the house building thing. And then we could work on updating this policy if nothing sells, I guess, because we still want somebody else to pay the taxes on those.
It would Jeff's money value with $2,500 roughly a parcel, does that work out with, say, the tax owed on most of those vacant properties? Because I know some, we could put grass cutting against those properties sometimes, those kinds of things. Would that get us close to that number, do you think?
These properties, I think, are all assessed at about $1,000
Okay.
a piece, which is, in my opinion, very low. You can't buy a lot for $1,000. That's many places.
I like the idea that if the $1,000 part doesn't even bother me to sell a lot for that. Because as soon as the guy puts $1,000
Yes,
on it,
as soon as they put
and then
it.
all of a sudden he says, I'm not gonna build on it, you think he's gonna just throw that $1,000 out the door? No, he's gonna try and sell that lot again to somebody else to take his $1,000 back. Or even $500 back out of it. So it's gotta be, you still have that, you still have to have.
He has to build on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it
thing is, you buy a lot, and you sell it to me, next year I sell it back and forth, it's like this, right?
No.
Oh, you're doing good though, right? Theoretically.
but that's
But
not
I was
allowed.
thinking like we could stop
That's not
that.
allowed with the current policy.
No, it comes back to us.
We can stop that though by just saying, okay, if you don't build on it in that year, it comes back to us.
Yeah,
It's
that's
in
what the
the
policy
Yeah.
says.
It's in the
Yeah,
policy
that's what the
already.
policy
Okay,
says.
well, no, sorry, but
I'm
Yeah,
just
at
saying.
least this way we get $1,000 out of it, plus we get it back.
I think
So-
they tried that nearly quite a few years ago, making it compulsory. If you buy a lot, you got 2 years to get a house on it. And that's when Karen was here. And I can't remember the ins and the outs, but you can't enforce it.
We can't do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sure. We'll have to go back on.
Well, that's what they did in Snow Lake.
They did that maybe?
They did it in Snow Lake. You bought your property, you had to build on that property within 2 years. If you didn't, Snow Lake got
They
it back.
take it back?
Oh,
When they got it back, and it was their prices were a lot higher because it's lakefront property.
Well, and this, our policy states that, except we get it 25% cheaper than they paid on our policy.
25% of the dollar we get back.
Right on, so it's,
But I think Snow Lake let them build a garage on it, so you could build a garage.
you can build anything, any structure.
Yeah.
So
And then
those-
later on.
Sorry, Jeff, those lots, are they the same depths? Like there's different frontage on them?
These are the ones here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all the same. There actually is descriptions for each one of them. So you could say where Melissa's already put in acreage, you could say $1 amount per acreage prorated, and for lots you could say $1,000. That way you're not having to double check the measurements and that sort of thing.
There's a lot of it's just on frontage too, but.
Yeah, but they're the set depths, many feet depths, I think it is.
Because frontage and depth, two different things, of course, you can get more land or less land, right?
Because yeah, frontage is the width across the front, obviously, it's, yeah, okay.
And it should be just if you walk into the RM office, you can come and see Melissa and go, I want to buy this lot. She can turn around and sell that lot.
But the thing is,
Not have to put it out there as a tender to everybody.
not, like, I think we need to follow the policy.
okay, but can I go through a hypothetical here?
Yeah.
So properties with set prices, so let's just pretend for a second, because the reason I'm pushing it right now is because people are trying to buy some of these lots. And I would like to get it out of council back into the CAO so she can actually deal with them. But if, let's say that we assign a lot value of $1,000 here by resolution today. So council may set property sale prices by resolution, so we say $1,000 per lot. And then by our policy, no one can make a lower offer. They have to pay that. So then this person, this hypothetical purchaser, then has to fill out the offer of purchase, give us a deposit. Once that deposit is received by Melissa, then she has to advertise that.
That's the problem.
Okay, so now we've got a $1,000 lot, and then we won't take lower, but we'll take higher, because now sealed bids can come in within 21 days of that person. So if this person wants enough square footage to put an injector pump or whatever, and so they put in a bid for 4 contiguous lots, and then I go in there and I buy the middle one,
I decide, oh, it's 4 lots for sale, I'm just gonna snake you on this one, I'm going to buy the middle one, aren't I funny? It just screws everything up, that's one way it can go wrong. But, so then the sealed bids come in, the envelope must include the bidder's name, offers not presented in the seal get rejected. If no sealed bids are presented, the land's, so it's, the owner receives a total from the lawyer, total payment, et cetera, et cetera. So we can set a price today, and then that purchaser can put in a bid or an offer. And then they have to wait 21 days to see if somebody snakes them on it. That's the awkward part. That's what you were referring
That's
to.
exactly right, because it gets to be, maybe it's, yes,
Because all of a sudden it's brought to light to somebody that, oh, I'm gonna,
yeah,
So what are the odds that it's gonna happen? Slim,
but it could happen.
yeah, but not zero, right? And that'll happen, like there'll be somebody will want that one, somebody wants that one. And that's why my suggestion was to revamp it a little bit and just have people can come and look at what's available on the map and decide. And then when you start marking in, okay, somebody's bid on these 6. And then somebody else comes in and says, well, I want to bid on those 2, I want those. And then the third person, the fourth person, that's when you can have a draw between everybody that's interested in overlapping. Because then it's, that's how the province of Manitoba works there. So like remote cottage lots when they used to do it. You put in which one you wanted. If there was more than one, it's a draw.
you just pull names out of the hat.
Yep, it's literally pulling names out of the hat. That's the only way I'm familiar with it, so that's why I'm bringing it up. But
What is that already? Sorry? Where is that?
the province of Manitoba used to do remote cottage lots.
Okay.
So for example, they opened up about 400 cottage lots about 12 years. I'm getting old, 20 years. A long time ago. Yeah, and there was significant interest in a bunch. So there was a draw. And then there was no interest in others. So they just went into the land bank, and then anybody that walked in after that could just buy it, walk in, walk out. And it seemed to work okay because when people knew who was bidding on which ones, or I shouldn't say bidding, interested in them, it was like literally like 2 neighbors coming in because they want to get that vacant lot between them and Kelwood. Sometimes it's a handshake deal. Oh, you take it. No, I'll take it. And then you don't have angry neighbors. Sometimes you have 2 neighbors that don't want to agree, so it's the random draw that, in theory, makes it so nobody's angry.
Somebody's gonna be.
And I'm sure there's ways that can go wrong too, right? But I'm just trying to think of a way to get it done.
We'll get a quicker system, because I know that the way it's set right now is that re-tender after the fact is frustrating for the person that's truly interested. Truly interested.
I'll give you another.
That's where they got someone that's chomping at to get lots, and we gotta get them lots.
Yeah.
Or else they're gonna move out on us and then go somewhere else.
Well, and across the municipality, we all got lots. I mean, if we do a policy for, and we can make it sound seemingly fair across the board, I'm in because it's a value, because everybody wants to know what it costs. You go to the store to buy whatever, you want to know what it costs, how much it is. So
Well, if you have 10 people going in and go buy for 1 loaf of bread,
yeah.
and then you're the first guy that picks up the loaf of bread, you should buy it,
You should buy it right away, that's right, yeah.
not the other 9 guys.
No, and it shouldn't be, yeah, because it's unfair in a sense to
They
them.
don't look at people.
What about
Be
water?
selling lots here, they're going to sell, they're
What
seeing
about
they're
water?
putting the crowds for.
No problem.
Big dollar.
No problem with that one because where WCA is built, they're now on.
And be our
So anybody can just run, we can now trench down that road allowance for anybody that wants it. Trench the correction drill. So anybody that wants, they can't, the water here is terrible. According to the locals,
Groundwater is no
the
good.
groundwater's garbage, yeah. On the north side of the tracks. It's terrible. Groundwater on the south side of the tracks is actually pretty good.
Oh,
There's some manganese or something deposit over here that they can keep hitting. I'm just,
that's what makes water stink, isn't it? Manganese in your hot water here.
Iron, and the iron makes it really stink bad, like rotten eggs.
Very close to that.
Yeah.
It's across the two, mix it.
and the other thing, another way that this goes wrong, like for example, if somebody was to bid on this, there are people that will buy the land to keep it as grants. That's what, some people don't want neighbors. And so that doesn't solve any housing problems, it doesn't solve any tax problems.
That's why I like the idea of you buy it, you build on it.
If you can replace it, that's the way.
Where does it say we have to post?
You can leave it out.
Yeah, if you can enforce it. But basically, you know, if they're signing the agreement, and if it's on the legal document, and if they don't buy or build within 2 years, or make intent to build, it's a legal binding document, you can take it on.
Should be able to,
Should be.
I noticed that too, and I
Okay,
just,
so-
I'm trying to.
I can't see why I
We
can't.
set a price,
They
you
have
have
to,
to meet
I
that
think,
price.
we our bylaw, the reason
So-
I start building 1 year from the purchase date, and at the end of that year, you have
So
to.
council says, yeah, we're gonna take the price.
Which makes sense.
Council says, no, we're not gonna take the price.
The price that we set.
Then we post
Yeah.
it on these public.
We're gonna post it, somebody wanted
This
it.
one, this
We
one,
want to purchase
you know,
it,
free is-
receive, but
whatever.
it's
I get water.
It's very good.
You know, people out
So
there.
this,
Yeah,
I,
she's
this is,
a-
nice-
if you
nice
guys
place
got
to-
something offered and you said,
Some
no.
big square lots there,
then
some
it's
small
just-
lots.
I don't look at what's
It's
worth.
on this property.
Easily solved on the garage, some big
Yeah,
garage,
some-
right?
Because I was trying to find where it said you had to post it also in the paper.
Some places you can't, that's why we have all those.
So, my reason-
You can buy a field. Just have to-
My new problem is,
Especially to all the
if-
kids, prime example, they got public water system, so you don't have to worry about.
Water, good
Yeah.
water, it's always there.
Yeah.
then it's first come, first served. So if somebody comes in right now, we sell a price in Franklin, let's pretend, $1,000 a lot, I don't care. If we say that by resolution, and then somebody comes in and buys all 10 remaining lots,
They have to build townhouses.
are we allowing them to consolidate?
Not with the policy today.
Okay, and if by resolution we allow somebody to make an exception or change the policy,
Or change the policy.
because nobody wants to do 10 houses, they want one bigger lot. So, for example, you have room for your building, room for your parking lot.
How big are those lots in Franklin?
Uh,
Are these tiny little lots?
If you recall when Rosemary Harris was in here, she was trying to bundle 4 of them together
For
to make 2
field,
acres
Because they want field.
because they wanted.
Septic system.
So that's That's where some of that comes in.
Yeah.
so the person that wants to purchase doesn't want to build a house; they want to build a church.
So if you put that on 2 lots or whatever, and then the other lot that you buy is not parking, so that one that's on 2 should cover for the third one, that's enough square footage.
And that's the really gray area, because I'd like to see that happen honestly, just personally, because whatever, but I mean, we have to figure out a way to put the words right so it can happen.
So what is stopping the RM from consolidating lots? Maybe in going to planning and saying, hey, do you want, because nobody can build out their, like the lot sizes that they are and get a field.
Well, that's my,
Everybody has to have a tank
How
probably
many
thing.
feet are those lots, Jeff, roughly?
and nobody owns a tank.
Frontage?
No,
There's 66 and 147 and 331, and they're all over the
Which
place.
is not super small.
No, they're nice size.
Yeah, like 66 feet.
66.
See, there used to be the Presbyterian church used to be here. The manse used to be there.
is there taxes on a
So
church?
we give you 15 feet on the side.
But most guys
So
have
churches
churches
are
on this
taxed.
side,
I
and
think
driveway and
65%.
garage on this side.
I think there's
It's down.
65.
I don't think 66.
Did we look that up?
I thought we
I
did.
thought we looked that up, 65.
But I'm drawing, I'm sorry, I'm drawing like.
Because I'm not against the churches, it's that just pops in my head, because they don't pay tax. One of the churches in Kenwood sold, and it came onto our taxable asset side, because it's a privately owned building, it's now versus a church.
60 feet and 66 foot long. Guess what you gotta use, how much?
Well, that's what I'm down here, 3 foot on either side.
And I realize we're going back and forth.
Each side, 3 feet, another 6 feet
But
between it.
it doesn't say in here, does it, that they have to build
Yeah,
It
it does.
does.
other properties with set prices?
Oh, I know that, let's see.
I think it's the first preamble. I think it's that front part. Anything that sells, doesn't matter if it's set price or not set price, these are the rules. I think that's, sorry, I'm looking for something else.
Yeah, okay, I apologize.
Those things, like a septic system is a big deal now, is the part of that, what you see some lots doing, if you want, it's like from one to our own safe versus building on every lot, I mean,
I guess we're
So-
looking at in town,
It's
it was
not about
one
one
section where maybe you're doing a light living. Nice, Franklin. But on the other side, then you're gonna take up 3 lots to build 2 houses. Not 3 houses, 3 lots, right? If you do it that way.
Well, that's why they nice to have a variance of those things. I mean, everybody's got a different idea what they want to do, right?
You get a lot of people that don't wanna do just single level on concrete.
Yeah, longer versus deeper, yeah.
No basement, no nothing, just on level. So you can live there a lot longer.
So, getting back to the Franklin lots, do you want, you're looking at consolidating 2 lots or whatever, or just putting a price on every lot?
My initial reaction is that a person should, an individual organization, if they're going to build something, should have the ability to buy several and consolidate and build one thing. But
That leads us back to the district planning board too, though, is it not?
yeah, and it also makes it so that if you make the lot prices high enough, it stops somebody from randomly buying a lot that they don't really need. Because why would they waste the money? Because you have to survey it, you have to pay for it to consolidate it. There's real money involved in doing that now, like Ernie was saying.
You gotta put some money out there, you know, once the money's out there,
Would you say it was $6,000?
$7,000. $7,000 to hatch, after 3/4 of an acre to mine.
And the other thing too is this is a policy, it's not a bylaw.
Around and it calls.
So if we wanted to amend it for a one-time transaction, and I'm not saying we should,
That's what I said.
I just want to be able to tell the person, this is what we
It's possible.
did,
It's possible.
now contact the CIO.
But you
Yeah,
have to.
no, and I like to think of it, because I mean, you got some of that case for case basis stuff comes into play, because that's, a church needs more root.
I
So
think
it does
it's more
work.
of it over
And
time.
big church needs more root too.
Small Nelson was the one that said to me, he said, they got all the tools, he said, we can just go
So
do it.
moving
But
forward,
that doesn't mean
what do we do, set a price?
Yeah.
that's.
I think it's,
I think it's a good idea too.
Set a price. Start getting to the exceptions and
Yeah,
really complicated.
well, that they come with a plan, somewhat, they being the developer in this case, comes with a plan and wants to do some extra stuff that we can work with that situation when it arises.
Yeah, leave it open for like our tile drainage, we have individual
Case to case, yeah.
case by case. So that this way, if somebody comes in, wants to build a department store there, well, they want 14 lots, well, we can figure this out, we put a department store.
Tile drainage has a bylaw, and we approve the tile drainage, so it's a little bit different than this.
A little bit,
A little bit, because the bylaw just says council must approve all of the things, and we're gonna follow these rules. So for this, it is just a policy. Can we talk to the planning board maybe, and get some information from them? Like, the
well,
only
with the
thing else is
district
the
planning
church
board,
purpose.
and I may be wrong, sorry, I think, Robert, is it when, if the district planning board, if they want to consolidate something, do they not have to go to the minister of,
I would think they do.
I'm actually just trying to think about our meetings there, they always gotta send a letter to the minister to get approved when they do those, the subdivisions.
Yeah, I would suggest that we likely have to do that. I don't think we could do that on our own,
Right, you'd have to go through the district planning board.
I would think.
So then if the RM consolidated whatever lots they want to purchase, and they built on it, if it was consolidated, we would follow the rules of the policy, right? Do they know what they want to purchase?
No, they want us to
Oh,
us
okay.
to commit so that they can figure, because they want to know how it's going to work.
Oh, I see.
so they can make a run of their own.
Do they know how much property they want? Like how big they
It's,
need?
again, if it's going to be $20,000 a lot, they're going to want one lot. It's one of those cases. And if it's cheap enough, then they'll make it big enough to suit all of their needs and not make any concessions. That's the impression I got. That is not a fact. Because I was trying not to get into the true specifics. I was trying to let you handle the actual development agreements and whatnot. I didn't want to muddy any waters.
So, I guess what we do is we put a
So
price.
they'd be putting up a structure that was not taxable.
I,
Is that kind of what
I
it looks
think
like?
it's
I think it is taxed.
65%. Portion rate is 65, I believe, on that church. It's industrial.
Industrial.
Learn something new today
They
too.
don't get freebies.
That's what my,
Well,
sorry,
at least there's something going on.
institutional,
There's
institutional.
at least some building going on there.
Well,
some
you think
tax
about it,
revenue, yeah.
you know, somebody's building something, maybe somebody goes, well, I don't wanna be that far away, so I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna buy that lot right there, when I build my house right there, so I can walk over.
Well, and the small potato side of that is we don't have to pay to cut the grass in.
And we aren't actually cutting the grass on this end.
Oh, no?
No, we're cutting the grass over on this end.
Okay.
This one is, Bruce Legler had seeded this down to natural, native grasses.
Okay.
And then this area here is, basically just feral.
Okay.
But nobody lives there, so nobody cares about grass fires.
Bruce, so much of trees in there too?
This whole area was, trees have been put in there twice now, and they're just not taking. So another effort is being made this spring, but this spring is gonna be made with, wild rose, soapberry, both of them, not trees, but low shrubs,
Shrubs,
and try to get something established, so that it'll be, and then,
like it's no fence.
almost, yeah, the next no fence, because on this side of the road, willows grow, but on this side they didn't, there's too much, well, there's like a lot of, there's gonna be a drainage tile application for this area, because they're trying to do something with this whole corner. This whole area is, the term used was sour, which I thought was a great little term, is that a farming term?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Sit it.
It's like what Alice was saying, the RTA.
Yeah.
He spends more on Franklin cleaning snow than he does the whole town of Newport.
Yeah, it's just, he is so mad at Franklin right now.
He says, Dad, every time I turn around, this loader and a truck, and 3 more trucks. It just blows in so hard. That's, they got nothing to stop it. It just stops right on that main drag and
Six.
Franklin.
So we need to get a price, so,
Yeah.
so what's your thoughts on the price?
My thoughts would be a $500 a lot price. Because I think that's high enough to make people serious, but low enough that people will do it. And I'm willing to, 1,000, I don't have a strong opinion.
In my own opinion, as long as it covers the tax, it might be only, because if that's gonna be a policy across the border, we're just speaking about Franklin, then we could just speak about Franklin, but it's gonna be across the RM, it's gotta cover the cost of the taxes owed on said land, say for grass
Oh, that's
cutting
what
and
you mean.
whatever else cleanup stuff, so that's.
Because you have what, 3 lots, or 5 lots in Eden?
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna need to haul the rink alone, yes.
So you have 5 lots there. Bernie,
We're gonna take that as one.
Riding Mountain has
4.
I don't know where those lots are in Eden. I see them where they're at.
Somebody's probably just absorbed them into their yard.
There's 9 in Kelvin. Oh, there's more, hang on, I'm not counting it.
I remember there was people that buy lots, there was nothing for sale in Eden. I know that there's some empty lots, but they're privately held. This means our own,
They're owned by the RM and RC.
these are, yeah. I don't know where they are.
Could we table this until March 25th, maybe?
Wow.
So we can actually go physically make sure these lots are lots.
Next
I
thing it's
I don't know
something.
where they would be.
Well, it'd be horrible to sell somebody a
Yeah, you
lot
better
of
be careful.
With a house on it.
Well, the survey and
Someone's gonna
Take care of
What they
that.
call it.
take it out of your property.
yeah,
Yeah, because you can look up the roll numbers on FAO and
Oh,
see
no,
where
it's
they
not
actually
Russian.
are.
it's,
Maybe Eden or
I wouldn't say that they're in a rush, I would say that they want certainty to take a first step. And the sooner the better.
Yeah, lots of.
Because it's been, this is the 3rd one.
No, that, and mine's, we go just talk about it. It's-
Yeah,
it's
and then
about
we get a fifth.
on that one.
And then it's, well, I'll just buy one of these lots here.
That's
Yeah,
where you're-
it's fine around
I
here.
mean, there's otherwise you're gonna make it very next to, and Jeff has no tax on those land, he's talking about lots. And pick the price, or is anything.
Yeah, I could look back into how you acquired these lots as well, like if
Well, you looked at all your
These
lots.
ones? There used to be houses on all of them. Like I said, the Presbyterian church, the manse, there was this whole, everywhere that you see a lot had a place on it. So it just, when the elevators left, and we stopped there, left all that stuff, it just, yeah.
So you got yours all figured out, Franklin?
In Franklin, yeah. There's a couple
What?
in Ward 3, I don't think one of them is real in Ward 3. I would have to be convinced, like,
We can look on it, you know, and see.
It'd be nice to get, if we could get something going from Jeff so that those people can make that next step.
Earl has some folks too that wanna buy it.
Yeah. You know, make that next step and push it off another month. That's Jeff's people are waiting 4 months now.
Well, I think we could just push it till March 25th. We could add it to that agenda, the budget meeting that we're gonna have. So I just got an email over lunch from tax service that we need to pass a resolution for them as soon as we can. So I would like to put that on the March 25th agenda as well. And then if you guys wanted to take some time, it's next week basically, right?
Well, yeah.
We'll get rid of that.
that's all that.
That's wrong.
That's the wrong one.
Try not to look at it, though, you know what's going on. Can
I
show
do
you
that all
something
the
else?
time.
I don't know if that will help you or not, but, okay,
yes,
so
I think
these are
that's
the
very
lots.
helpful. Yeah.
That's what used to be on those lots.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm assuming people just let it go for tax sale in the 50s.
So we might not have record of it in our actual system.
Probably not.
And it'll be, like, there's a couple of overhead photos as well that kind of show it, but that's the most detailed one about who used to live where.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Interesting, right?
Yeah.
In Franklin.
And it's the confectionery too.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is pretty cool. So hopefully,
Okay, well, we can table this to the 25th then.
But-
Come up with a decision, or do you want to talk about?
no, we need to know what the to-do items are that we're gonna bring to the 25th meeting.
Well, you-
So are we gonna go look at our lots in Kelwood? Should we get them on a map so we all know where they are?
That'd be nice, cause that'd be, yeah, nice, cause there's
I'll
lots.
get your map then.
This one?
Yeah.
It's because Franklin is a town, it has its own subdivision map, and they had it here, so I just got, I just blew it up.
So
So
Kelvin should be
So
the same
the
thing
map,
for
yeah.
Kelvin.
Yeah,
Well, it should be the same thing for Eden.
But I will request that we put a motion at least to set a price for Franklin lots, and if it gets voted down, not a problem, but I would ask for a motion.
Today?
Yeah.
What would you like said motion to say?
That we assign the lot price of, set a price for all the vacant lots in Franklin at,
split it, split it.
500?
I have 2,500. Do I hear 1,000, so you said earlier,
That's what I said.
I would say 1,000, so.
and I would have said 500, so 1,000 would be the,
I'm gonna say 3,000, just keep it. No, 1,000, if there's, if as long as there's no owing it, 1,000 is good enough to start this way.
All lots owned by the RM of Rosedale will be listed for $1,000 from the front.
yeah, in whatever this subdivision is, or whatever the right term is for this map, I guess.
Well, these are the lots, so we want all these lots to be
Yeah.
1,000.
Well, let's see, this is
So
all
we all those are all numbers. Right?
So 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 14. Okay.
And I just want to say, in full disclosure, that's going to cause a small problem maybe. That's because 3 of these lots are being farmed right now. They're not actually, the road isn't there, the road allowance is farmed over, and the lots are farmed over. So if somebody wanted to buy it, they're buying somebody else's cropland
Is that on the west side of the main drag?
on the east side.
On the east side?
Is that big spruce tree?
Or,
Have you ever noticed that big spruce tree on the east side of the road?
yeah,
That's it's being farmed in there, but those are 3 RM lots according to this.
Oh. You're gonna have to work there, put some stuff.
I'm not gonna.
Hold the small post.
That's what public works for.
Sick of Cam.
Yeah, there's some back lots over here that nobody would ever buy.
So this one's first we come up with Franklin Walk and RM of Rosedale actually we're getting the lots of people for now separate for $1,000.
Yep.
I'm just gonna ask Jeff if that makes sense to him.
So you got all that down to those few words.
Yeah. How precise do you want your language? Because there's vacant lots that don't belong to us, that nobody's built on yet.
But we don't own them.
We don't own them,
I know what you're saying, whereas vacant lots in Franklin belong to the RM of Rosedale, but there's vacant lots in Franklin that don't belong.
Oh, yeah,
You want it to say
so
owned
lots.
lot?
All
owned
vacant
by-
RM lots.
Right, 'cause you don't want to have. Well, we take the extra $500.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
2,500.
2,500.
3,000.
And 3,000. Cool.
So whereas vacant lots in Franklin owned by the RM of Rosedale,
Yeah.
not belonging?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Whereas vacant lots in Franklin owned by the RM of Rosedale, therefore be it resolved that lots located in Franklin have a set price of $1,000 per road number. Ernie? Seconder? Or was, all in favor? Carried.
So, Melissa,
Yes.
I'm going to tell the person to now contact you and deal with you.
Yeah, we'll get them to fill out a piece of paper.
Pardon me?
We'll get them to fill out a piece of paper.
Yep.
Saying stuff.
Yeah.
I think so. Because we're gonna bring that.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out if those lots are still around and how it and stuff.
Yeah, and then we'll take a look on the municipal maps and see what we can see.
Because that map of, can't say it, not Franklin, but if Kelwood and Reagan would be cool to use as
Oh, yeah, that's just in our old town bylaw, so that marks pretty,
But just where the lots are.
1988, I think. Yeah, it
But-
has all the lots, yeah.
But as long as the roll numbers are there, that we can compare it to the years here, right? That's what I'm looking for.
Well, Jeff and I put those together for him, put the roll numbers on his map for him. So this is out of the planning bylaw from 1988, I think, and then we wrote all the roll numbers on it. Just based on like the lot block plan. We wrote them all on there. So I would use the municipal website for Kelwood, because then you can see, like, you can see houses, trees, everything
Or
on
actual,
there.
very
Yeah,
landmarks.
yeah,
Good
and
idea.
then at least you can try to sort out on that map where things are.
Right, okay.
Cause all the lots now have that green.
Not if they're vacant. I don't think they do.
Oh, no, I was just
Yeah.
thinking that, yeah, I forgot, right?
Just the ones that have houses have.
Yes.
Or had houses at one point, right? That's
Yeah.
Well, that'll help you reference the numbers anyways
Mhm.
on your map.
good started. We can block it out, yeah.
All right, moving on. Approach some culverts.
So just in an effort to move this bylaw forward to the first reading, I just received some feedback, so I just wanted you guys to review the feedback, and then I can update the bylaw, and then possibly in the April meeting, we can have our first read of it. Or unless somebody has other feedback they would like to present.
It would be nice to move this along because there's lots of people asking questions, I guess, or making requests, and sometimes we dance around that situation. So if there's ratepayers out there that have made requests and we ask it a certain way, we can reach out to them, indicate to them whatever our decision is. So there's closure, I guess, with that.
I think this reads pretty good.
Yeah. And the extras that are added into the policy and that I think would be great.
So I would just add some verbiage to get the feedback in, and then we can do our first read in April. And then of course we'll need 3 readings, so it'd be good.
Strong calendar.
Yeah. But it gives me months.
Oh,
So if we
yeah.
do the first read in April, we could do 2nd and 3rd in May, or we could do 1st and 2nd in April, 3rd in May. Then it would at least be in play by summertime.
For construction season.
Yeah, for construction.
That way construction season would be, by that time frost will around, people want to start doing things.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Do the first and second reading in April and third one in May and done.
Yep. No,
Does anybody have any feedback? So I agree that we should put in some of these extra comments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will put those in and then we can review or have our first reading once it's updated.
Okay, appoint Kyle.
Yes, so written notice was received to reevaluate that
Oh,
motion
that
to
word.
the land description.
So do we have to make another resolution?
Yes.
Whereas written notice has been received that the motion will be introduced at the next regular meeting to amend resolution 24/41 or 41E. Therefore be it resolved that the topic be added to the next regular scheduled meeting. And I move it.
Sure.
David Tedder seconds. All in favor? Carried. All in
Sorry, I just have a question about the LED maintenance. And the LED is wanting that a new commercial metal garbage container be purchased and bolted to a concrete pad. Do they need us to do anything, or they're
No,
doing?
they're gonna do that.
Okay.
They're gonna sort some. They might come for some advice on the garbage bin and stuff. Like a source of it. But no, it's all. They're all gonna do.
They're gonna.
All in house.
So everybody's good with the meeting reports? Any discussion? Nothing?
I'm happy. I was happy as it comes on here.
Okay, we resolve the list of reports to be received as information, White Mountain Watershed meeting minutes, January 16, 2025. Number 2, the WESSC meeting minutes, February 19, 2025. 3, the NAPD meeting minutes, February 25th, 2025. The CAO's report, March 14, 2025. The LUD meeting minutes, February 27, 2025. Do I have a mover? Roberts, seconder. Robert. All in favor? Carried.
This was just for information.
Oh, yeah.
Just information that was passed on to me, I'm just passing on to you guys.
About the hunting season?
Yeah.
Whereas the information was received from the government of Manitoba Wildlife Grants proposing a new hunting season, therefore be it resolved that the council receive this as information. As mover, Dave Taylor. Seconder, Aaron Sure. All in favor? Carried.
I think there's no news now, just right away, for the season.
They're changing the seasons in that area, Chris. But it'll be raw, so it'll be, might be 5 tags, I don't know, maybe 6 tags, might be 2. There's been people that are
I think down south there's elk, maybe a little bit, around,
certain
but
areas.
moose are probably.
The elk are sure moving out of the park. There's none of there, boy, they're moving past Mendoza.
Where do they go?
There's south of Mendoza now.
Yeah, animals are moving
A
out.
lot of them came out of the park.
Yeah, well, the wolves are getting too bad in the park, they said.
Snow is deep.
Yeah. They're pushing them up.
So any open
Wolves are moving
discussion?
out.
Anything else anybody wants to bring to the table? No?
Franklin Memorial Hall is having their AGM on March 25th. Anybody would like to attend?
I've been asked.
What time is it at?
7:30.
Our neighbor in RM of Curry has asked, they're having their homecoming on the August long weekend. They asked if Rosedale would like to put a representing vote in their parade for the, I think it'd be Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
But I said I would ask if I bring the meeting and I guess we got a bit of time because August is a day or two away. But they wanted, so I brought it up. So
That's August.
August long.
August long.
Yeah. The Saturday of the long weekend, that's, we're trying to get all their neighboring municipalities to come and represent theirs.
Okay. Alright, I guess if there's nothing else, that we now adjourn this regular meeting at 2:56.
That's almost 3 o'clock.
Meet again on the regular meeting of April 11th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Do I have a mover? Sure. Seconder?
Sure.
Burton. All in favor? Carried. Thank you, gentlemen.